Oh, do that again.
Next level gaming.
Oh, yeah. That's how we got to end that video.
That's what's missing. I was like, where's that? You just need to...
Oh, I don't have the gritty voice. I've got the bass. I just don't have the... I can't... Hold on. Next level gaming. Liu Kang.
You can do it as... you can also do it as Sean Connery would do that.
Oh, that's right. I can. Welcome to Next Level Gaming, Trebek.
Sit down. Sit down, Moneypenny. It's time for the Next Level Gaming.
Sure.
Then take your hat and... Oh, would you?
That's right. Right onto the hook. What's up, everybody? We've already started the show. You guys can commence in the chat room. We started 20 minutes ago. You just didn't know it.
We're already drunk.
That's right. Yeah, tonight's not that kind of...
We've already danced on the table, so...
It took Mike that long to find the start button.
What the hell? There's no start button on my keyboard.
There's somewhere.
It's like the any key. Still looking for that one.
I'm in IT. One day, someone's going to ask me where that is. Oh, my goodness. What's up, everybody? It is the NLG Show. We are live, I think.
We're live. No idea what we do.
Well,
here we are.
Are we live? Did we do it? Did we do it without any technical difficulties tonight? Can everybody hear me?
I don't know, but this reminds me of our first show. We're like, so are we on? Is this going? Do you think it's happening?
Right. What is this YouTube? What is this YouTube?
Oh,
yeah.
My.
Oh.
We did one show. We forgot to turn it off. It was playing for a while.
Like, why is this show 8 hours?
Yeah.
Jeff comes up with a gamut of all kinds of stuff we can do. Why don't we do one where we forget to turn it off?
Retro Bro, John is already tagging me about Sonic CD. Him and I are going to throw down on Sonic CD. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going into the cage with him on that game.
Into the cage.
I forgot to... So, what's up, everybody? It's the NLG Show. It's Thursday night. Welcome, everybody. Chat room's lit up already. As you can see, there's going to be one hell of a show tonight. We got some great, awesome guys with us tonight. From... Hold on. I don't do this for everybody.
Ooh.
I even... I'm not going to lie. I took your Twitter picture and I inverted the colors.
And you inverted the color. I felt inverted earlier today. That's what it was. I was like, what the hell is that?
Thank you, Retro Bro. A super chat. To admit right now, Live Sonic CD is a bad game.
Come on, quit sugarcoating it.
Thank goodness you have to read those, Peter.
Yeah.
Love you, Retro Bro. Seriously, man. We are gonna have this discussion. We are. But you know what? Here's a man. Hold on. I'm calling him out. Here's a man who didn't know Johnny Cage was in the first Mortal Kombat game.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying.
But does he own the soundtrack by the Immortals?
I do.
Oh, I do. I had to buy a buddy of mine who lives out of town. I was like, you got to have this.
Did you watch the new trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, sounds disgusting.
I don't know, man. All right, well, first off, hold on. Let's start from the beginning. We can talk about the trailer in a second. I want to introduce Jeff and Stewart from GoGameGo.
Oh.
Hey.
Gentlemen, welcome to our show. I don't know what to do here, Peter. I think you got to take over because I'm lost.
Told you, that's what happens.
Yeah.
The show, man.
So,
For that.
guys, thanks for coming on, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah, thanks for asking us.
Long time coming in. Stewart, I know you are a famous musician.
Well, I'm famous and a musician.
So there you go.
I don't know if I'm famous for being a
Well,
musician.
1 + 1 = 3, so let's be X.
So, I know you.
You are well.
You're breathtaking.
Always.
It's
true, Mike. Just because it's true.
No, I know you. I know you made special arrangements to be on here tonight, and I do appreciate it. I really do.
Oh yeah, when I quit my job, yeah, I did. You're worth it, Mike. Well, I hope you are. How much am I getting paid? Wait a minute. Did we work this out? Do you have my address? You know where to send a check.
You haven't told your wife yet, have you?
What wife? Nah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the one I love, the one that lives in the house, the one that I have a ring for. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, thank you, Peter. Chris is not with us tonight. I do want real quick, serious note. You know, people are having a whole lot of trouble down there in Texas with the cold, and it's really affecting Texas and the surrounding areas. Chris has been caught right up in that, without power, without and thankfully he's had a fireplace keep him warm. He's been okay food wise and stuff like that, but they've really been hit pretty hard. So our thoughts and prayers are of course with Chris and his family. They are okay tonight. They've got power back, but that's exhausting, and so he's taking the night off, and he'll be back with us next week. So, but Chris knows we love him dearly, and Peter and I were going to pack his family up, and bring him up here if it got any worse. We were heading down there. So
awesome. That's awesome.
So, so he's out tonight. So, man, chat room is already jumping. It is getting, and it's even getting more. I want to say hi to everybody. I will in just a moment. As soon as I bring the chat back up, because I just lost all track of everything. So that's
you're on a roll.
We're not even 40 minutes in, and you're off the rails already.
Yeah, it really. I'm telling. This is what happened. This is what happened when I went on their show too. I just looked around and said, I don't know what I'm doing. What are we talking about? Sports movies. Oh yeah.
So I was doing open jam on Thursdays, and then they had a thought of what they wanted to do with tax papers and all that whatnot, and I was like, nope, I'm done. It's not worth it. You raise my pay maybe 3 times the amount, and maybe I'll do it, but I'm not going to go on there and they get a big break and I end up making less. So it's not worth it. So it opened my Thursdays up, which is great because I had this epiphany today of all the stuff that I'm trying to get to so that Jeff and I can continue to build on this idea that he started. And, I want to do more. So I had this thing where I'm like, I can do this. I got this.
Well, it's great. I'm glad that it freed up the one night that you come hang out with us, because I really have. I've been on your show a couple of times, and Jeff, you guys are. Pete said, I just found out today Johnny Cage was on an MK1. Okay, all right. See, this is what don't mess with my Sonic CD retro, bro, and you might not get the flash. You might not get the blowback. But no, just you guys are. I'll tell you what, and I want you guys to kind of give us the history of GoGameGo. But I wanted to say first that when I met you guys, and I met you through OEB Pete. Thankfully he's in the room. Right. I tell you, I've met a lot of people. And Peter and I and Chris met a lot of people through Pete, and it's such a great, incredible group. And our brother Niall says, "Is that Jesus?" Retro Bro said, I streamed in a Care Bear outfit. You can't break me." This is true. But you guys are honestly, you are such down to earth, really cool guys. I I fell in love with your channel and listening and watching you guys from the minute I first saw you. Jeff, you and Papa Pete playing, playing Nintendo hockey, and just listening to the stories and watching your wives interact. And because my wife won't come down, she just the one thing she won't do, she won't come down here when I'm on. But just I tell us, give us a sense of how did you guys get started and what brought you to YouTube and GoGameGo? Where did that come from? GoGameGo, as Tommy likes to say.
It was 1964, and my mom was on her way to the hospital, and I'm sorry, this is really hard to talk about. It's okay. No, Jeff, it was really an interesting thing. Jeff and I worked together. I'll give him the backstory on us real quick. It's just Jeff and I both worked for a local newspaper, and I was asked to go to another office where Jeff worked, and the knack brought us together, and we became fast friends. And then we started working together at the same office. They moved everything together, and we spent a bunch of time together hanging out. And then I left, and then he started working at my wife's office, and we just kept in contact, and then here it is years later. We've had families then, and we had a span of time where we weren't really able to hang out much because the families were going, and then but we always kept in touch. And then most recently, I got a hold of Jeff. Just to hang out, talk, and see what was going on. And he asked me, he goes, would you be interested in doing a show about video games? And I was like, hell yeah, man. I'd love that. That would be brilliant. That's beautiful. And he goes, okay, because I had this dream about doing this. And he said, I thought, man, you'd be the guy that I want to do that. So I was very honored by that. And then I'm going to start crying. Oh my God. So anyway, I go, what are we going to call it? And he sends it to me in a text, and I'm like, GoGameGo? What? I don't know. Did I call you, Jeff? I'm like, but I don't know. He goes, no, it's like GoGameGo. I'm like, oh yeah, I see it now. GoGameGo. But then he explained to me it's like GoGameGo. And I was like, cool, brilliant, love it, fantastic.
Yeah, the original name came from like probably 20 plus years ago. I was writing a story and it was involving video games, and I wanted to call it GoGameGo. And I was like, you know what? All the the Go, then GAMEGO, all those are Japanese sounds. I said, what if I just squish it all together? And people can either say GoGameGo or GoGameGo.
So there is something to GoGameGo.
Yeah, so I did that on purpose just so it would have like a Japanese sound, or you could just say GoGameGo, whichever. So that was the so the logo I made. I mean, that was a long time ago, probably over 20 years ago.
That's just crazy.
And it sat and did nothing. And on the channel, earlier last year, I tried doing a few videos like, what do I want to do? Because I don't want to be on camera. So I shot some stuff on my phone. It was terrible. And I was like, well, this is awful. I was like, and I don't want to go on by myself. So I was like, I'll call Stewart because we can just sit there and talk for hours about anything anyway.
It's Seinfeld.
So that's how we ended up getting the channel going.
When did Evil Pete the Troller come out? I rarely see Pete troll. It's usually Garvey. What is Jeff? It sounds like a yogurt. Just saying. Maybe I will not sub as I am lactose intolerant. Oh my goodness!
Get any gas going on here?
So, all right. So that's great. So that's a great story, Stewart. Now, Jeff, you want to tell your side of it?
His is kind of sexual. I wouldn't do it. Don't.
No, well, the first thing I heard was
30 years.
The first thing I heard was you both played for the Knack.
We were when we worked together. I had I mean, this is way back when you had cassette tapes.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of songs I was playing. We were in this room called the Fishbowl. We were right in the middle of the office, but we were completely closed off, so nobody could hear anything. So I'd play music, and the song "She's So Selfish" by the Knack popped up, and Stewart mentioned it. He goes, "Oh, I love this song." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Nobody knows this song." You think of the Knack, you think of Mike Sharona, and that's
right
about it.
Yeah.
But he knew it, and that's when we started talking, and that was like what, 89?
Yeah, I would have to. Yeah, right, yeah.
You were married at that point, so I started going over to your house like Friday and Saturdays. We'd play TurboGrafx and Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
That was in '89. That was a time I wasn't even playing games, back then.
Right.
And because you were showing me TurboGrafx, I was like, "What is this thing?" I was like, "This is awesome." And then you had Sonic, and I was like, "Oh, this game is beautiful."
Yeah.
It was just crazy. I hadn't played any of this stuff, and then I immediately got a TurboGrafx and a Genesis and all that stuff.
nice.
So that's where my love of TurboGrafx came from, because we were playing it way back then.
Nice. I heard Sega
Yeah.
Genesis.
Yeah, he and I we'd get together at the first house where we lived, and I was writing in St. Louis. We worked for the journals, so we were hip to when the Sun came out, which was a new kind of newspaper here in St. Louis that was owned by the guys who were doing the suburban journals, and they wanted to go up against the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. So they did a different format, though. They did one that's more like like what Rolling Stone used to be, where it was just a bigger, paper that opened in the middle. It wasn't a huge paper. It was just like a large magazine-style newspaper. And they put out a family section that was geared towards kids. And in it, I approached them because I worked with the company, and I think by then I'd been a writer for the journals as well, writing music articles. So I did an interview with Cinderella, Winger, Bullet Boys, Striper, Chip Davis. I'd done all kinds of stuff by then. So I approached them. I said, "Hey, I know you got the new paper going. How about a video game review?" And they were like, "Yeah, get us some samples of what you might do." And so I gave him what I had, and then I started contacting the game companies. So Data East was sending me games, and Capcom was sending me games, and Konami. It was crazy. I was flipping out. And TurboGrafx sent me their whole flipping system.
That's awesome.
Yeah, with the CD thing, everything. I was like, "Oh my Lord!"
What was the? I might have missed it. What was the publication? What were we writing for?
Called the St. Louis Sun. I actually have the first issue back.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. So but they had this family section. So every week when it came out, their comics came out on Saturday, not on Sunday. They had they wanted to beat the dispatch to their comic. And so every Saturday it came out, and I had a review in it. I reviewed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I reviewed Monster Lair from TurboGrafx. I've got a whole bunch of them over there. Basketball games, Super Volleyball, Super Spike Volleyball. I did
Super Spike.
Yeah, so I'll share some of those. If I'd have known I was getting into this, which I thought about, I'd have brought them over here, but they're over there. But yeah, so I did that for a while, which led to me and Jeff, having the joy and the awesome time of taking Jeff to Chicago for his first time.
Yeah, for the CES show back then.
Yeah, they
back
had this
when all the games were at CES and there was no E3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now, did you go to the summer or winter CES?
Summer.
So you went to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nice.
So we've never been to Chicago before. So we pulled into town. And my cousin lived in what they call Boys Town. Crow probably knows what this is if he's going to end up showing up. But we ended up in Boys Town because that's where my cousin lived. She lived there with her then boy. She was dating a guy, and they lived in an apartment. So she was going to try to get us into the parking deck, but she couldn't. So we had to park out on the street. And I had to park my car on the street, and we had to park outside of a liquor store. There was a transvestite standing outside the liquor store, and I'd just gotten a new stereo in the car, and I'm like covering it up with a towel. I'm like, I went in to try to sleep. I don't think I slept hardly at all, just thinking somebody's going to rip my car out. Not like it was that bad, but nonetheless, we get in the car in the morning. Everything's fine. We get up, we get in the car, and then we drive down to a posh hotel down the street and go to a Nintendo meeting and have muffins and bagels and fruit. I'm like, welcome to Chicago. It's like, we got liquor store and transvestites on Friday and muffins, bagels and fruit on Saturday. So here we go.
I wish I would have known more of what was going on back then with video games, because I was out of the picture for a long time. Because the one year we went in '91, Nintendo announced the Super Nintendo, and I look back and I was like, oh, what a great time to be there. But at the time, it really didn't even faze me. We got the pamphlet or whatever introducing the system.
Yeah,
and wish I could go back in time and relive that one.
Wow. So, all right. So, when did you stop? Because now I'm curious where your adventure ended and my adventure started.
You mean when did we stop with doing any of that publication stuff?
Yeah.
Well, Jeff and I, we'd been working together for a while, and I was doing these game reviews, and Jeff and I started going. I really wish there was a cool way of like segueing into this one little funny moment from one of the CES shows. I'm a guy who likes to. I really enjoy archiving things, right, and moments. And so I took a new camcorder. We had a camcorder for the family. So I take a camcorder to CES, and we're like, one day I will track this footage down. It's back there on a VHS tape somewhere. But I'm taking footage of all this kind of stuff, the Sega booth, the Nintendo stuff, some of the things that, ended up coming out years later, not like when they said it was coming out. They had movies they were talking about. And I think the Game Boy was coming out, right?
It was out already.
It was out, yeah. So the Game Boy was out because I was getting Game Boy games. I got the Punisher game to review and stuff like that. But I'm archiving all this stuff. I'm just having fun, and I'll never forget Jeff takes the camera, pushes the camera down, and there was an attractive bottom. And he goes, I don't know if he goes, focus on that. But that's what his movement was. So it was just funny. It just reminded me. So anyway, that's our bad moment of the day. But we're still gentlemen. And so we still got married. So anyway, but, we did that. And then we decided we wanted to do a publication together. And I had it sitting here just the other day. But we wanted to do the St. Louis Gamer. So
very nice.
Yeah, we put together one what I'd call, it was an issue, but it was like one episode. And Jeff is an awesome illustrator. A lot of the things that I do anymore are influenced by work that he did years ago that I fell in love with. I have artists that speak to me, and Jeff is definitely one of them. Especially when he opens his mouth right in front of me, he always speaks to me. But I loved his artwork and I loved his style, so I adapted some of that to my stuff. But he drew a bunch of characters and things for that issue, and I drew one or two things for it, and we had a blast putting it together. But we only did the one, and we just never found the right medium to do it. I don't know. You don't have the budget. You don't know what to do.
That's what makes YouTube so good.
What's that, Jeff?
That's what makes YouTube so good.
Right.
Right.
So all of those things in our history really made for a great moment now, because this is a great way and a great medium for us to do this. So it really brings it together. And then I was just freaking out when Jeff and I started talking, and he started talking about things that he had done and worked on, like this GoGameGo idea. I'm like, wait, what? I thought this was just the name for our show. And he's like, no, it's a project thing I started 20 years ago. It's this, and this. I'm like, wow, you're blowing me away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And see, I'll tell you why I'm so what impresses me so much. See, you got me tongue tied. Is that, I always I know of a lot of people in the industry from the time when I started doing that stuff with my own websites and stuff in 98. So
yeah.
when it became E3 is when I started going to those shows and stuff. But I ran a website. You worked for a real publication, and so
yeah.
I love to meet people who actually were more professional in that industry than me. So that is awesome.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah. We have to swap some stories one day of stuff, because I would love to hear some of these old CES and stories of who you've met, who you've seen, because I spend so much time telling people about my stories. I love to hear other people's.
Yeah, so. I'm the same way with war stories. And one day we'll have to jam. That's for sure.
Yeah.
One day we'll make a road trip, and
there you go. We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jeff, do you have anything else? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's still behind the scenes that Jeff and I still have to flesh out. So
yeah. Just when we started the channel, it's kind of interesting. So we didn't know what to do. So we just went on. We'll just talk about the first episode we did. We just talked about CES and some of our gaming stuff, like we just did now. And then we started talking about some news and stuff. And it was kind of funny. Stewart called me, and I had been telling my wife this, and Stewart called. He had the exact same thought at the same time. We were like, something was just a little bit off on what we were doing. I couldn't quite figure it out, and it finally hit me and hit Stewart. I was like, you know what I want to do? I just want to go on and just kind of talk. I don't want to have like news or anything. I said, let's just go on and talk. So we started doing that about, a month or so ago? Maybe longer.
Yeah, about a month ago, I think. Yeah. And
so that's what started our open chat night, where we'd literally just hit live and just do a show.
Dude, that is some of the funnest stuff. Like yesterday, Lily Munster versus Mortician Adams, Battle of whose autocorrect was worse.
Yeah, it's the typos that make life.
Oh my goodness.
It brings a whole new something, because you're like, okay, do you mean Morticia, or is it a new person we don't know about? Morticia's Mortician. I'm a little lost.
Because we notice on our shows we talk about specific stuff, and after about 20 or 25 minutes, we're talking about Charles Nelson Riley and Snagglepuss, and
yep.
I was like, why don't we just do this all the time?
But Lance, this is the wrong show. Abe Pagoda versus me, Arthur. Don't make us do this tonight. Peter's not ready for this.
No.
Peter's like, what in the hell's happening right now? What in the cuss? What in the cuss? Are you cussing?
Are you cussing at me?
I think I think the funny thing too is, I'm a guy that's like, okay, I like to. I tried doing a podcast with a friend. Okay, there's another gentleman that I met up with a few years back, and he was one of these guys that immediately he and I looked at each other, and we're like, we have to do something together. I mean, there's just too much magic here. We got to do something, and we started something, and that was fine, but then the holidays hit and we were too busy, and I was trying to edit everything. All he had to do was I even drove over to his place. We recorded it, and then I'd have to bring it back here and edit everything. And he's like, well, let's keep it in an hour. Holy cuss. I mean, I'm like, we got this much stuff, and this is the hour. And I'm like, what? Okay. And I'm like, I'm only going to get it shaved off so much. And I'm like, this is too much freaking work. And then the holidays hit and nothing happened. And then it was after the holiday, and I'll never forget it. My students just referenced this today because I told them the story. I said, hey, how's it going, bro? What's going on? What about how we looking for the show? And he writes me back and he goes, hey, stranger. I'm like, stranger, I got a hold of you. You're the stranger. I'm not the stranger. So I said, he goes, oh, that dog died. I'm like, what? I'm like, really? You're nothing? This is it? We're done? I mean, I don't get it. So in saying that, I was a guy who came from a place where I'm like, I want it to be an hour, and that's what we're going to do. So I tried to come up with this, I told Jeff, I said, well, I don't mind being a little off the cuff, but we got to have an idea of what we're doing. And then he'd say, so then we tried that, but then here it comes an hour, and then here it comes $1.25, and then $1.50. And I'm like, what in the hell's happening right now? I'm like, we're at $1.50. I'm like, when's this going to end? And I'm serious. At about an hour and 33, one of our friends in the chat will say something, and it blows up, and it's brilliant and hilarious. And before you know it, we're at 2 hours and plus. Because, and Jeff and I have looked at each other on the show and gone, oh, it's a good thing we didn't shut it off a half hour ago. This would never happen.
Yeah,
it's the people, like you said, it's the community. They're a hilarious group of people and brilliant. They're sharp and hilarious. Mm-hmm. And some nights I don't know what we would do without them. We'd be us. We'd have fun, but doggone, these guys.
I brag about our chat room all the time. Like there are some just incredible people in our chat room. I didn't even so much that I didn't even get a chance to. I can't even scroll up all the way to say hi to everybody. I mean, it's just all of our good friends are in there. Folks that came from Four Guys with Quarters, one of our other Gamers United Guild shows that just came out, that just finished right before us. We've got and you guys are part of that chat room. I mean, Jeff's in there a lot. Well, I don't know. Yeah. You're in there sometimes. I see Jeff in there a lot.
Out to a lot of the other shows, and I'm horrible with that.
Get good. Just watch ours. Now you've got Thursday nights off, so there's no excuse.
You're absolutely right.
I'll be watching. I'll be watching for you.
What I really need to do is I need to just hunker down with Jeff for like 10 minutes and go, what the cuss are you doing to be able to do all of this? I don't know what you're watching or what you're saying, but what I need to do too is just hook it up over here, and while I'm doing my work, just have it on. I know that's what Jeff does a lot. He's probably has some of it on while he's doing work.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. So I mean, I need to do more of that, because I do graphics at home. I did a bunch of graphics that we'll be sharing soon for this for the channel, for GoGameGo, you know, I had fun on my snow day the other day. I did a bunch of laundry and I did a bunch of GoGameGo graphics. So we'll be launching some of that stuff on our TeePublic page.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, the
So-
your Teespring?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Yes.
mean after I just bought a shirt and I'm about to buy another one?
Yes. That's the reason why.
Collect them all.
Trust me, bro. I bought one. I
Go
didn't get anything.
game go!
The only free stuff I got were gifts from Jeff. You know, and I've already reciprocated because we love each other like that. So, you know,
Nice.
like last night I showed Jeff what I got him. I can't wait to give it to him. He's already seen it, so I can't wait to show him. I got the television baseball, the
Ooh.
baseball shirt.
Is that the
Yeah, I
$50
can't
shirt?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love I love it. I love the Amico. I love Tommy, but damn.
I know.
I
I know.
can't afford a shirt.
I know.
So
I know.
I can't afford it. By the time it gets shipped to me, it's $150. It takes 3 years to get to me.
Yeah. Well, that's not the case with a GoGameGo shirt.
No, I got mine in like a week.
Yeah. See, boom, bada
No.
bing.
Bada
Friendly,
bing.
fast, hot, and cheap. I'm just talking about me. And as far as the T-shirt is concerned, that's a good deal too.
What's up, brother Husk? Husk is in the house. Oh, they're trying. Now they're trying. Curly Three Stooges versus Costello. Oh man.
That's right. It's Tommy's birthday.
Well, I was just grabbing a picture. I asked him, but he's having dinner. So
Yeah.
I told him if he came on, we'd sing to him. But it looks like he's out there. Eating with his wife, having dinner with his wife, and as busy as he's been and with everything going on, I'm sure Shannon time is exactly what he needs.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
I was gonna see that I was actually gonna hold this until the Intellivision news, but we'll go ahead and say it now. I just grabbed this. He's gonna kill me, but I just grabbed this picture off of off of his Twitter feed. he said I can have my cake and eat it too. So, Tommy, brother.
Should we do the Marilyn Monroe "Happy Birthday,
Birthday,
dear
Mr.
Tommy
Tommy.
Tallarico?
Tallarico.
Happy birthday to you."
I've got to tell a quick story.
After
All
he
right,
spent
but I actually want to say happy birthday to the man. So,
Yeah, it's happy birthday, Tommy.
happy birthday, Tommy.
But we were at a birthday party. Well, my son was, I don't know what he was, 4. Was he like 4?
Yeah, he was at 4.
And we got invited to a birthday party for a friend of his. And while we're there, the little boy started singing "Happy Birthday," but he sang it just like Marilyn Monroe. And as he sang "Happy Birthday," my wife, out loud in front of everybody, said, "Mr. President." And we never saw those people again. But it made for one of the best stories ever.
It was like crickets afterwards. No, it was
Yeah,
fine.
there wasn't one person that laughed. They were all just staring at us.
I thought maybe they were pitching her dollars.
Jeez.
Whoa, the chick.
Oh, that is great. So, well, anyway, Tommy, happy birthday,
Yeah.
Mr. Intellivision President.
Dang it. Why didn't I think of that, Mike? That's brilliant.
I don't know. And as I said it, Brother Rab typed it. Him and I, same wavelength. So,
Mr. Television
Television
President.
see, and if he was here live, we could have done that.
He'd have hung up by now.
So, also, hey, if you look on page, you'll like this, Stewart. On
Yeah.
February 27th, Saturday
Okay.
at 1 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
It is. Hold on, but I'll show you what we're doing. Hang on. This is I have been wanting. So, Tommy Tallarico being the president of Intellivision is kind of, believe it or not, secondary to me. And it's not a slight on Intellivision, of course. I love it, but that's not the reason that I am a fan of Tommy Tallarico. So on the 27th, where is it? There it is. We are doing Mike Mullis and Tommy Tallarico, the world of music and games. We're gonna take a break from the Amico for a morning, for his morning, my afternoon, and we're gonna talk about music. We are gonna talk about. I want to get into his musical background. I want to find out from him the video games live stuff, and then I want to talk to him about gaming music, because gaming music is such a passion of mine. And
is this a time for me to bring this up?
Huh?
Is this not a good time for me to bring this up?
What?
Because I'm on the 25th. I'm having a Hammer Away. He's my first Hammer Away interview.
What?
So we're both talking to him that week.
Yeah, no, that's great.
We won't talk about anything more about it, because I have things I'm going to do. You have things you're going to do.
No, that's wonderful.
They're both going to be brilliant, and I can't wait to see what you come up with, and vice versa. I hope you agree. I hope you love what I come up with.
I'm sure I will. Two musician minds together. Yeah,
absolutely. I cannot wait to see what we're going to bring out with Tommy with the music stuff together. I think. Yeah. I mean, two different days. I think it's going to be brilliant. I really love it.
I really wanted to talk to him about, like, if he was never the CEO of Intellivision, right? And I just saw him on Twitter one day, I would still have asked him to come on our show to talk about his life as a game developer, game composer and musician, and the video games live and stuff like that. And like, my kids love the fact that he's the guy behind the Roblox oof sound. Like, they walk around the house saying oof. And I'm like, and so he called me one Saturday, and I went over to my kids. I'm like, hey guys, I want you to say hi to my friend Tommy. He's the guy who made your oof sound. And they were like, really? Oh, and they were so freaked out. So, not freaked out, but they were so, like, excited. So it's just cool. So this is Qeorge Games. This is going to be not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the 27th at 1:00, and then GoGameGo. I can't believe now I'm going to start using that.
GoGameGo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is going to have him. So that's a week from tonight.
Thursday. Tonight, next week, this time next week. Yeah.
Oh, you do it 9:00? No, I'm
sorry, not this time. 7:00 Central Time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll catch the first part of it, and then when our show's done, I'll kick back and catch the rest of it.
Yeah, if we're still rolling. I mean, which could easily happen. I mean,
it's Tommy Tallarico. You'll be on until 12 midnight.
I would be right. Fine.
Your time.
Yeah. But that's another thing that I will make mention, and thank you for mentioning that. You are absolutely right, Mike. I am thrilled that you're doing that show, because we come from two different views. I mean, that's the beauty of it. Not only as gamers and friends through all of this, but as musicians, we are coming from two different areas. You've been a musician since you were what age?
4.
See, so that's brilliant. I've been into music since I was that age.
That's awesome.
Start playing music until I was 36.
Really?
So, yeah, about 2 years ago.
I'm gonna say you beat me to it, because I was really gonna say you're only 37. You're like Bill Murray from Groundhog Day. You just keep.
Yeah, you should have seen me drive my car off of a bridge. Brilliant, and here I am.
Oh, there. That's no, seriously. That is awesome. That is.
So we come from a couple of different viewpoints. You have a much more technical understanding of music, so that's why I say it's so brilliant that we're both doing this in the same week. But I had requested an interview for today originally, but he goes, that's not going to work. That's my birthday. And I'm like, oh, wow, happy birthday. Okay, cool. So I said, how about the next Thursday? So he's like, yeah, absolutely. So that's how that came about. But the hammer away thing is something I started probably 2 years ago. I've been having a dream of doing a music thing for a long time, just because I have a lot of, I don't think you guys understand what this phrase means, but useless information in my head. And it only comes out when people are like, hey, you know a lot about music, right? We're having a music trivia night. You should come and play. And that's when they have like 90s, and I don't do cuss with 90s. I don't know 90s much.
I don't either. I'm an old 80s guy.
Yeah, I mean 80s,
70s, some 60s, 50s, but right. So my band is called Days of Vinyl. That should tell you should tell you the music that we play.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that's great. Now, there's got to be a 8-track Outlaws somewhere in town, right? There's got to be that.
No, there is not. We're the only. No, we're.
I'll start that then.
Okay.
I'll have 8-track Outlaws, and you can have
Days of Vinyl and
Days of Vinyl.
Yes, which is sad because when we do parties with younger people, they're like, "Is that vinyl siding?" Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Vinyl siding. What does that mean, Days of Vinyl?
Wait
oh my God. How old are you? All right.
Have a piece of vinyl siding with you. You can slap them with.
It's right across the face. Go back. Listen, go back to your mother. Go back to your mother. Sit down.
Go back to your mom and tell her what you did.
Right, you go sit in the corner and think about what you did.
Or I will. And I'll make it worse.
What are they doing in the chat?
Yeah, they're making us feel at home.
I feel like I'm at home. This is Mark versus Colonel Sanders. Now,
wait a minute. Hold on, Mav. I'm supposed to play Danger Zone for you. I still have to play. I owe him Africa from Toto.
Oh man.
It's hilarious. So Mav, they have a show too, Xbox Ultimate on Friday nights. Awesome guys. Him and his wife and Pong Soul, who's in the chat, and some other folks that are not in the chat, but I know them anyway. They do a Halo. They do a Halo after party. So we'll jump in and play Halo Master Chief Collection and stuff like that. And so I was bored waiting between. There was something going on, like my game wasn't working or something like that, and I didn't want to really leave the party. So my piano is like right over there. So you see my digital piano, and it's within shot of my gaming area. So
sure, yeah, right.
So I walked over and just started playing, because with COVID, my band does not play at all. Right. So I've taken the time to learn video game music. So I'm playing the Mario theme, and I was like, "What is that?" And I think, "Oh shoot!" And I forgot that my ear, I have one of those retractable mics that you put the mic up and it mutes.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot to put it up. So I'm playing all this, and he's like, "What is going on?" So then we started doing karaoke night, and then I'd walk over to the piano and we'd start playing. So I owe him Africa from Toto, and I guess now I owe him Danger Zone. So
you got to do me a huge favor, though. Can
you
do me a favor with that keyboard?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound for another man to say that to another man. Not in my not in my line of work. I'm just saying, not of that team. It's not a bad team, just not my team. Anyway,
the views and opinions expressed on you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, right. This is where I put the shovel down and walk away. I think that's really what
that's a good. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. We haven't gotten to a topic yet. Just to let you guys know.
Okay, you tied the noose. Just don't put it around your neck right now.
Right.
Okay? Just put it away.
There's this lever here. All right, go ahead. All right. Sorry.
Get cat sounds? Can you get cat on your keyboard?
No. Not
No?
on that one. Not on that one.
Okay. Because there's certain songs that lend themselves. Africa is a good one that lend themselves to being sung by a cat. Like meow, 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 meow,
meow, meow, meow.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
so it works. So just think about that. I
It's
had,
raining cats and dogs. And, I mean,
there you go. Because you can't.
why no
stick-
cats?
Roof, 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 roof. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Have you ever heard the KK Slider version of Toto from Animal Crossing?
No.
It's awesome.
From Animal Crossing?
Yeah, KK Slider. He
Oh my God.
someone
I
made
gotta-
a version of Toto. It's really good.
ACS Husk says Halo theme and meows needs to happen.
Now, you
meow,
saw
meow, 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 meow.
You saw,
Meow, 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 meow.
see, you're already in.
I'm in. I got it.
I don't know why. I don't know why I doubted you at all. It's pure magic. It's right flipping there.
Qeorge K said this is definitely not your typical GoGameGo show. Cyber Contra says, are you guys okay?
I love. Who said it earlier? Who said it earlier? Oh yeah, Geeks with Cash. Yep, it's a go.
Hey,
It's a
get
go.
on later. Peter's gonna go never have them on again.
I'm in the chat, so I'm kind of getting used to it. So
Oh my goodness. Did you
Meow,
have
meow,
any
meow,
questions?
meow, meow, meow. Yeah, it's great. love these stats.
meow 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 meow. Yeah.
See, that's
There we go, we
see,
got it.
Peter's it.
See, there we go.
It doesn't take long. I had
Not at all.
I had a student a few years ago who it was 5 school years ago now. Jeez, 5 school years ago. So I
Is that like a fish school?
had them. Yeah, we just swam around. It's like finding Nemo.
Finding Stewart.
Come on, kids. So there was Cliff Clavin was teaching the class, and I had her doing the Jurassic Park theme as a cat.
Meow,
And it
meow, 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 meow.
was really pissing off one of the other students, but she just go into it. But no, so all of this to say, years ago, I started this idea of doing a music thing. And then it actually kind of started, Hammer Away, actually, the idea for that started because of that podcast I was telling you about, where I had to do all the editing. And finally, he was like, that dog died. And I'm right before we ended that, I was like, you know what? I have this idea, and I'd like to maybe, I'm going to do it on the side. Because I'm like, this way I can do music that I like. And I don't have to worry about, it being lending itself to the nostalgia or the other stuff we were talking about. And he goes, well, why don't you just couple it up with this? And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. So then it ended. And then I was like, perfect. So now I got this other thing that I can do. And I started talking to some folks, some musicians in bands like Mike LaPond from Symphony X, who has his own band, Silent Assassins, now as well, and Doug Pinnick from King's X, and so then I approached Jeff about it recently, and that's another beautiful thing about our working relationship is we just, we have ideas, and we're cool with those ideas because we know we have that like mind that goes, oh, that could work. I see that. And I said, I want to do this thing. And would you think it would be good to couple it with GoGameGo? And he was like, yeah, I think that'd be great. I'm like, wow, thanks. This is cool. So we're looking forward to seeing what the addition of that is like along with GoGameGo. Because, there's a lot of these, a lot of us gamers love not only the music of video games, but, we're big music lovers anyway.
All right.
So-
Yeah, that's great. What are we talking
Yeah.
about? No,
Shoes.
Okay.
Shoes.
No,
What size do you wear?
Right.
Do you have a...
so what do you
I
do
work
on what do you do on that? I mean, What?
On
So
Hammer?
what's the what's the format of that? Is it just talk? I mean,
Well,
Tommy
it'll
gonna
be-
bring his guitar and jam out with you? I mean, what's a
Well, I would love that eventually. I don't expect that right now. I mean, because but I don't know. I might throw down on that and say, make sure you got a guitar plugged in, and I'll have a bass plugged in or whatever. But mainly it's a lot about just bringing out some of the knowledge in my head, and sharing things that I've thought about over the years. There's certain aspects and certain artists that people don't talk about. Like last night. Here, I'll just show it again if I can find it here. I'll show it again. This is one of my favorite bands. I showed it on the show last night when we did an unboxing to start the show. And, it's a band called British Lions. 1978. Cool. You had multiple members from Mott the Hoople when Mott the Hoople broke up. And they made British Lions. And my friend that lived in my town, his dad was our pastor, would play me great music this is what brought me and Jeff together even more too, is he brought me this buddy of mine, Bob, played British Lions for me. He played some of the first real AC/DC stuff that I was hearing other than what was popular. He played Sparks, and I heard there's a brand new documentary about Sparks. He played Devo for me. He played Scorpions for me for the first time. That's where I heard that. But some brilliant stuff, and that British Lions album is brilliant. Their second record, it was okay. But that first record, that's a creamy piece right there. So
piece of cuss?
Yeah, it's a cussing good record. And then they put out this live DVD. And it was sold out on Amazon recently, but I went ahead and just threw in an order and it came. They got it back into stock. So I'm excited about those kind of things. Like I say, there's a lot of music people don't know about. That's what one of my new bands, if I could keep a frickin' guitar player, that's what one of my bands is going to be doing. You do some songs that people don't necessarily know. There's a band that Joe Elliott from Def Leppard has, now that I just caused an earthquake. And it's called the Down and Outs. And actually the drummer from that band is Phil Martini, who's the drummer for Wayward Sons as well, which is my buddy Epson from Little Angel. And they're doing this band Wayward Sons. But in Down and Outs, Joe Elliott covers a bunch of Mott the Hoople stuff that he loved when he was growing up. And some of that is Ian Hunter music. And one of the songs on the live album, if you buy it, it's $6 on Amazon. I'm telling you, it's worth it. If you like Joe Elliott from Def Leppard and you love classic rock and live performances, this is a double live CD, comes with the DVD of the show, and it's a huge package that folds out, $6 on Amazon, and you get to hear they cover Elton John on it as well. But there's a song on there called One More Chance to Run, and that's British Lions. So that's one of the songs I want to cover in my band. So to see Joe Elliott doing, I'm like, see, I knew I had an idea.
Nice.
Big shout out to Infinite for the 2 super chats.
Yeah.
About show Sex Without Chris, just saying, and free fastback from the cold. Yeah, Chris is recharging as we speak. So
yes, and I have to admit, he's missing a hell of a show tonight.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. He may watch it and go, yeah, I'm glad I missed that.
I don't think so. No, yeah, he'll be back. Don't worry, Infinite. He'll be back. He'll be back. He's got to be. So
he'll be back.
He'll be back. So Jeff, how you doing, man?
I'm just laughing at Michael Garvey just said Def Leppard versus Def Lepers.
Guns and Butter versus Guns and Roses.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
I got one. Hold on. Jeff, I think you'll like this one.
We really do have topics tonight, I swear.
There, about that.
What did you... homemade beer versus moonshine. There you go, Born. Spinal Tap versus
the Ruddles.
I got to go with Spinal Tap.
Oh,
because they go to 11.
They do. They they do, and they love big bottoms.
Yes.
What a brilliant song!
Oh, I thought it was Queen. No.
Well, that's no. So that's
Fat
yeah.
Bottom Girl.
That's Fat Bottom Girls. Yes.
But
Yeah.
but you did give me an idea to put those on the same mixtape.
There you go.
Right. They bleed into each other.
That's right.
Tell me the funniest thing you have ever seen in your life. Wait, I'll wait till you put that. I'll wait till you finish that off. Was the Stonehenge scene? The Stonehenge rock concert.
Oh man, the Stonehenge. You know Thomas Dolby. Speaking of music, Thomas Dolby spent 5 days with Eddie Van Halen, and there's a thing on YouTube about it. Or no, not on YouTube. There's an article out there about it because I just got his book, The Speed of Sound. I just got this recently, and there's 5 days he spent with him, and he made notice of 5 different things in this article, and one of them was his disregard for like environmental situations. Like he would come home and he's in LA, right? So he and Thomas come back to the house, and he kicks back and kicks on. He's got this huge fireplace, right? Kicks on the fireplace full blast. Valerie Bertinelli comes in. She goes, "Honey, what are you doing? It's like 91 outside." And he goes, "Well, you better kick up the air conditioning." I'm like, damn. And then the other thing was, this goes to what you were talking about with Spinal Tap. He comes in and he makes a Spinal Tap joke, and Eddie just gave him a look, and he goes, "Bro, that's not funny." He goes, "That cussing movie is like somebody just followed us around with cameras." He goes, that happens. He goes, "That's not funny. I don't like that movie." So you're like, yikes. So, but Spinal Tap, 211,
Nick,
baby.
Yes.
211.
Nick
But yeah,
Geeks with Cash.
Stonehenge.
That was hilarious. That was just so good.
And that was Angelica Houston, right?
Was that scene?
Yeah, that scene, because and he goes, "Oh, so right, so you're gonna have like you'll have like the whole big thing." And she goes, what are you talking about?" And he says, "Well, you're gonna have the whole thing, man, right?" And then she's like, "What do you mean?"
Oh my God, you sound like him.
It says right here on your thing, it's 18 inches. That's what it says. He goes, not 18 inches, it's 18 feet. 18 feet. No, it says right here, it says 18. So that's when they lower that little 18-inch thing onto stage, and a little midget dances around it. A little
person. This is such a great scene. Infinite, what are you doing?
It's brilliant.
He's spamming us.
He is.
He's
trying to make me
chat
cry.
for Jay still being awake. Yeah.
He's trying to make me cry and get a shill point.
I love this name, Born Distracted. That's great.
Yeah, he's awesome, Born.
That is great.
Geek said, "Moonshine. At least you have the excuse of it was moonshine when you go blind."
Yeah.
All right. Hey, guess what? We have topics.
The Greatest American Hero versus Captain Chaos. Sorry.
Dun dun. Oh wait,
Graphic-
was that? Yeah.
graphic
Dun
God.
dun dun.
Graphic God may have been the best one of the night. He said Fats Domino versus Thin Lizzy.
Hey, if there's any Thin Lizzy fans out there, here I go.
Yeah.
Serious again.
I like a couple of their one-hit wonders, but I'm not a fan.
Well, now wait a minute. How did you just do that? What the cuss, Mike? I like a couple of their one-hit wonders. How do you do that? Do you split one song in half? Just love both halves? How do you do that?
This is a warning from Infinite. Kids, don't super chat and drink.
Oh
Oh
my God.
I'm partially named Distracted because of Michael Sweet. Have you met Michael Sweet? I met Michael Sweet a few times.
Oh, all right.
He's a real cool dude from Stryper.
Yeah.
That was my first interview here in St. Louis. It was at the Fox Theater. Stryper was here for the In God We Trust tour. And I had an interview with Michael Sweet. It was the worst cussing interview I've ever done. It was the worst. I listened back to it and I'm like, oh my God. Because I was like this little kid that was like, so I was, you know what I was like? I was like, why can't I say his name? Chris Farley. So
Interviewing Paul McCartney.
You remember when you were with the Beatles? that was cool. He's like, stoop.
How do I get out of here? Exit stage left.
Oh
my God.
Now we're back to Snagglepuss.
So you reminded me of it.
Did you say just grab a Snagglepuss? What'd you say?
Oh my
No,
God. In the meantime, Rab says, earn it, Mike. Earn it. We're gonna do a topic on this damn show at some point tonight, I swear.
Oh, you wish.
Have we gone live yet?
Oh, snap. Let's hit that button. Let's hit that any button again.
I was waiting for Peter to tell us when we were on. He's the only sane one here.
Didn't you see my thumbs up?
Thumbs up what?
Oh, that's why.
You sure that was the right finger?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right.
So you asked me about Spinal Tap real quick. I will tell you one of my favorite moments is when he says he looks at the guitar and he goes, so this one, he goes, don't touch that. And he says, oh, I wasn't touching it. Well, don't touch it. Well, I wasn't going to. I was just looking at it. Well, don't even look at it. That's one of my favorite parts.
Yes.
Because you do run into musicians like that, man. They're like, yeah, no. And you're like, dude, I was just sorry, man. Shit.
Right.
Feel bad. I mean, cuss. I mean, you know. Oh, here's my third beer.
Oh, Nigel had the best stuff, man. He really did.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Time to look away now. Oh my God. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna light this up. That's how we're gonna do this. You see this? This is a news topic.
We already did that.
What?
Tell me Tallarico's birthday.
Did I miss?
Congratulations, old news.
Old news.
Oh
We already
shit!
covered that.
All right. Well, final thoughts, everyone. No. All right. All right. So.
You can't have final thoughts until you have first thoughts.
Exactly.
Uh,
What about deep thoughts?
But no, I won't.
I'm not
I
even
won't say
drunk.
deep throat
That's the
thoughts.
problem.
I will not say that.
Okay.
I will not say.
Wow, a topic on the GoGameGo show. Oh, come on, Infinite. Come, brother, man.
Yeah, Peter, where are you from?
Originally from the Netherlands.
Okay, because I was thinking you were going to say Texas, but
Texas.
Netherlands. Whereabouts, bro?
Just east side.
Okay, the east.
So it's
East side.
Okay.
very small town. So
Well, now wait a minute. Where are you? Wait, I went and that's where I saw my buddy's Wayward Sons. Shoot, it's over east. Why can't I think of where it was? You know what? I went all the way over to the Netherlands to see my buddies Wayward Sons opening for Steel Panther. And where did I go afterwards? All the way to Netherlands to hang out and watch the Super Bowl with Wayward Sons and Steel Panther at a TGI Fridays.
wow. Very
The
cool.
Netherlands. I'm so excited, Peter. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Peter, Infinite snuck another super chat in there.
Oh my goodness. He says, I like Peter's voice. Retro Renegades has a way better show than us. They don't have topics.
He made Peter say that in. Oh, that is wrong. He's not totally wrong though. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Center.
Rain.
Yeah. So, by the way, Infinite is he's a channel member. He shouldn't even be doing this.
Yes,
He's already a channel member.
Yes, Born Distracted. So I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. I got excited because Born Distracted said, yes, Wayward Sons is signed to Frontiers Records. That's Toby Jepson and the guys. And that is a brilliant band. Check them out. Just make sure you get Wayward Sons from the UK. That's all you got to do. Just make sure you do that. He's done a lot of music too. I can't wait. That's going to be my next interview.
I'm just going to turn that back off. I'm just going to... Can I?
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
I'm gonna just turn that, and I'll just turn it off. Just. All right. Oh.
Have you ever had much trouble reining in a show? I don't know.
No.
Okay, good.
This has to be a first for me. It's not my show anymore.
Job.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. This is. Okay. The hell was I saying? Oh, right.
I don't think you were saying anything yet.
No, I really wasn't. So, by the way, I want to thank everybody who is one of our channel or who is our channel members. You guys see them by the little NLG logo by their name and the cool retro game emojis that they're using. They are our friends of NLG. Everybody's our friends, but we just call it Friends of NLG. It's our only membership tier. It gets you access to those cool emojis. It gets you your name in the description down below. You'll see your name on our outro video. And I put up a new Stinger Spotlight today for the new not the new, but the AverMedia Live Gamer Ultra capture card that I just bought. And members get to see that from now until Saturday, and then you get sneak peeks on our videos before there. So you guys who just crossed 200 subs, we are now on the march to 1,000. That's it. It's the march to 1,000. So if you guys who don't know Jeff and Stu, go to GoGameGo. It's easy. You can search it on YouTube. The link will be down below. I'll add it. I should have added it earlier, but I'm lame, so I will add it later. Please go and sub to their. Please go and sub to their channel. I'm serious. If you think this is funny, wait till they're in charge. So, okay,
funny.
So, anyway, all right. So we do actually have Intellivision Amico news, and it's happened. It really has happened all week. So the big news, the big news of the week is the move of the launch date. So,
quick shout out to Papa Pete, who just became Friends of NLG.
Papa Pete, love you, brother. Another great. There's so many good, like the people in here in the chat room all have channels too that are absolutely incredible channels. Papa Pete does some incredible collection stuff, and I don't know anybody who's got like the collection that he has. And when he's on Amico All Access, and we just like name a game, and his robotic arm goes back and pops up off the shelf, and he's like, "Hey, there." Yeah, you mean this game? Oh, and I've got it in Spanish too, by the way. I mean, the stuff that he has is just incredible. And
it's like the Racer, where the machine where Vanessa Williams works, and it goes, and then that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's literally he's a jukebox of video games. And it just and fine beers as well. So yes. So please go sub to his channel. He really does have some excellent content. And I do love when you and Jeff get together. He and Jeff gets together and plays old Nintendo stuff. I do love that.
And talk about his.
Yeah. There's so many people in here that have great channels. Qeorge Games, Retro Advisory, Rab's got. I don't understand how Rab does not have more subs than he does. We got to get Rab. We got to get Rab moving too, because like he is like his documentary type stuff is second to none. Geeks with Cash, great channel. Bacon Ice Cream Productions, Brother Rich.
Oh,
and he taught me how to point. So you'll see in my videos. That sounds odd. He taught me how to point to things. Like he always goes, "It's good times with Retro Rich." I'm like, how do you know it's gonna be there? It's magic. So
I hope he doesn't pass away anytime soon, because that's going to come up in the eulogy. I know.
Right.
The guy who taught me how to point.
Brother Rich was a great man, and I learned
As you go like this.
I learned right. Brother Rich was a great man. He's right here, and he taught me how to point.
You know, Seinfeld says, and it is old stand-up, I love that. That's one of my favorite things. He goes, you know, number one on the list of fear, it's not dying. Dying is number two. Number one is speaking in public, which means you'd rather be dead in the casket than doing the eulogy.
By the way, this is not the subject of the Amico video.
No, but it could be.
So, all right. So
May develop a game about nothing.
meow 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 meow.
Do you see how easy it works? This comes right off the tongue.
Rich said, "Stop! I'm spitting water everywhere." Oh, Chris is gonna come back and go, "What the cuss did I miss?"
See how easy that is?
It is. What the flip? All right.
Fabulous
so anyway,
Mr. Fox, the fantastic Mr. Fox. Watch it.
okay.
So
All
the
right.
video. We've talked about one little thing, I think, so far.
We haven't really at all. Okay.
The video's already over.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for watching. There we go.
That's
All right.
brilliant. That's brilliant.
Oh. All right. So
He's back. Happy birthday.
I know I'm going backwards in time, George. Going backwards. Okay. So Richard Dawson versus Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
Do not. Oh.
You know what he's kissing now.
Oh, stop. Oh, God, no.
I just leave that out there.
That's Infinite again. Still don't keep mad. OABP was the first channel member just saying, continue with the show.
Come on, Brother Infinite. Oh, my God. You're going to make me cry in another way. Oh. Oh, this is what they do to me. They make me emotional.
Oh my
We
God.
have such a great community we have. They just, okay.
Do we have NLG branded tissues? Tea-spray? Handkerchiefs?
Because of Ron Jeremy, do you need tissue? I'm just
I'm
checking.
80 years old and I need a handkerchief. Okay. Oh my God! Name the month in which you're most pregnant. September. That's still my all-time favorite Richard Dawson clip. Okay. All right. Okay. Look, guys. Tommy's gonna go. They showed my video, and this is what the fuck they're talking about. Okay. All right. Okay.
I haven't dropped a bomb all night. And then
I
you
know.
dropped that bomb.
It's my show, damn it.
Boom! Boom!
All right,
Boom!
Peter. What's the new date of the Amico?
10/10/21.
All right. See, he got the date right. It was just a year.
And did you? I don't know if you caught what I said yesterday on our show. I just like to Jeff. I was like, can you imagine if originally Tommy last year, when he knew he wasn't going to hit that, would have said, "I'm just going to wait a year." What do you think would have happened? Perry!
There's Princess Peaches. That's how they.
Oh, Yobi's in the house. In the words of Captain America, language.
In the words of Captain America, that is America's ass.
Oh my God,
But
Yobi,
I mean,
Yobi,
imagine-
if you were late, man, I don't even know what to tell you.
Could you even imagine though last year saying, "Well, we're going to wait a year"? I mean,
You know, so all right, Pete, you and I are Founders Edition owners. So had he done? I mean, had he done that, what would have been your reaction?
Probably would be okay with it. I think
Okay.
because it was such an emotional date. You know, there was a specific date for him because of his, you know, because of his sister's birthday. So
right. That's kind of what I thought too. But I mean, still,
Uh,
at a year, that would have been just tough.
yeah.
Would have been tough. But you're right. I think it would have been fine too. You know.
But it's still, like, you know, having new hardware out, like, even after tech season. I mean, I know his reason why he might have done that and other stuff, but it's like, I don't know, you know, you don't really think about it. But
Right.
closer
Well-
to the holidays will be a better time. Just mentally a better time. Let's say it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think if you are, you know, if you understand what's going on in the world right now, you know, imagine this. Sony and Microsoft have had an incredibly tough time getting their consoles out the door. You can't buy an Xbox Series X or a PS5 right now. You can kind of get the S, but you can't get either of those right now. Ford has
You
had
might, yeah. I mean, you might be able to get one right now, but not for MSRP.
no right.
Right.
But you know, Ford having trouble, you know, with getting chips for their cars. So you know, how hard do you think it is in the state of California, where you can't, you know, you can't go outside to walk your dog, much less, like, he's just getting into the office now. That tour video that he did of the office, it isn't even set up. I mean, they can't even really get in there and work. How do you think launching a console from the ground up is going to be? You know, look, Pete, who's OEB Pete, literally just did a video about the Polymega. That he can't even get Polymega. I'm sorry, Pete, I don't mean to bring this up. I know this is a sore spot with you, but he can't even get them to tell him where his console is. They have gone on social media. They've gone quiet. I mean, so you've got companies who can't get their stuff out the door. Yes, the Atari VCS snuck out the door. Okay, but do you see a whole lot about it? No. So imagine Tommy.
But would you see a whole lot, even if they are like?
Well, that's true. That's true. But
I don't know if it's a good example, don't I?
maybe not. Maybe not. But my point is imagine how hard it's got to be for him to get this thing out the door. And you know, I was okay with April, knowing that if he didn't hit April, I know he said summer, but I knew summer was unrealistic. Nobody buys consoles in the summertime. If you can show me a console that launched in July and was successful, especially if COVID kind of calms down and everybody wants to get the hell out of their house, you know, and go on vacations and start to get out and enjoy life again, there's no room for that console there. But you get back into October, and that's when school's starting
winter,
back,
you know?
right? Autumn, winter, and you know they're and now, I believe, you know, he's got this to himself because no one's launching another console in the fall. So, and plus it's a special day for him, and I understand that, and I'm disappointed. I am. I have been, and I get not frustrated, but I get anxious when I see that Astro Smash gameplay. I'm going to bring up the Breakout gameplay because that's the newest gameplay video that he released. I get anxious when I'm looking at these because I want this. I want it in my hands. I want it now. This stuff appeals to me as a gamer. But it also appeals to me in the fact that I feel like it's something I could play with my kids. I might be able to play with this with my wife, who doesn't game a whole lot. And so I'm I want this. I want this now. If I lived in California, I would be at his office every week. I'd be a playtester for him, but I can't. So I'm disappointed that I can't get to. It's going to be another February to 8 months, but you got to do it right.
Right.
Right. Shigeru Miyamoto.
I mean, at least we should be able, there should definitely be in plenty of stock available,
Yeah.
It's also not like, people trying to get their hands on there, but then, low stock. When there's low stock, you have scalpers, and the situation is just getting worse. So
right.
At least,
So Panda Sub asks a question that I was talking to Tommy about this, and truth be told, I knew this was happening. I knew this was going to happen. And I said to him, I imagine that if you're going to do this, to answer Panda Sub's question, that this has to be the come hell or high water date. We've to a man, I think he would, he knows that, his company knows that. That video that he put out with the launch update has, his CFO, his design the major voices in the company supporting. And I knew that because they all want it to succeed. When you pushed from October to April, and then you went from April to, well, I think I'm going to do, we'll do maybe July, and now we're going to October a year later. I realistically don't think there's any more room to go. He has said, and I think he said it on Amico All Access, the hardware's pretty much about 99% there. They've got to get it tested, which has been one of their problems, and they've got to get it manufactured and over on the boat. The firmware's playable, and like everybody else, Microsoft and Sony both, they both update their OS and their UI, once a year. So I'm not worried about that. But I think
quick shout out to Geek with Cash.
Geeks, brother geeks. But it's got to be. But this has to be it. I think if he delays any more, I think you do risk losing investors, and that's the last.
Well, yeah, it's true. But I think, like, technically summer would have been a go, except it's a bad launch period. And I think, with all the all the retailers and stuff, I mean, they don't really want to sell it in the midsummer.
I don't think so.
So that's why I think 10/10 will be a safe date. I don't think we have to worry about any further.
I also know that he was talking about with the cornhole game, which is what I'm really excited to check out. There's a few different things that I'm really excited to check out on this system, but with like the cornhole, the one reason he was saying that it was an important pastime sport for a lot of folks is because you can't play it all year. My brother-in-law and I are big enthusiasts of that game. We love throwing and we love playing. We're a hell of a team together. But we just went to visit them the other day. There's no promoting an ice league, to anybody. And so, that's one of those games that you're like, well, if you're going to launch it, it'd be good, like he originally thought, where he's like, you can play this anytime. This is a sport you can play anytime now. So.
By the way, the multiplayer here for Breakout looks really cool. And Michael Garvey, if he's still in there, he said something to me about the way the paddles are shifting back and forth.
Yeah, we were talking about that too. We were kind of trying to figure that out.
Trying to figure out if they're pressing a button to flip it.
So if you notice, it's on a look. It's side to side. So look as he goes up and down. It's split in the middle. So as they're moving down, once they hit a line in the middle, I'm going to go back. Let me go back to it.
Oh,
so watch when they cross the middle. See how it moves when it crosses the middle. Now watch red when red crosses the middle. It's an invisible line that switches them.
I see. So whenever you're on the other half of the thing, it's going to pop forward.
Right. Think doubles tennis, honestly.
Yeah. Right.
Infinite.
Yeah. What's he doing?
I don't know. He's
like double clicking.
I know.
Thing.
Infinite.
Hey, one thing I have to say about these.
Oh, he's got another super chat.
I wish people would make mistakes like that on our channel.
But when we get you to 1,000 subs and stuff like that, I'm gonna be one of your first members.
Well, see you next week.
All right. Seriously, man, you're
my wife. My wife is like, "Oh yeah, your glass is always half full." I said, "No, my glass is always full. Has nothing to do with half."
There you go.
So, yeah, so that's cool. Thanks for pointing that out. We were trying to figure that out the other day. We're like, well, I don't know. There's moments where.
I thought it's two.
I didn't realize it till. Yeah, I didn't realize it till Garvey pointed it out to me, and then I'm like, I looked at it again. I'm like, oh yeah.
So. And how about
one
this?
Thing is like the breakout playing left to right.
Yeah, I love.
What do you guys think about that? I'm so used to that.
Peter, we were talking about that. I'm glad you brought that up. We like it because we think it makes sense because of the new televisions and how everything's so wide and not tall.
But I feel like I have to put my TV on its side.
Or just lay on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I guess we do that too.
But Jeff and I were talking about it, and we're like, well, but how are they going to? Do they have head-to-head on here?
Yeah.
If so,
they're going to be competitive.
Is it?
Better.
That
would
left
be
field, right field,
like Dr. Mario and that kind of stuff.
Because that'd be fun trying to get into that person's area, trying to steal their points. By hitting the ball before they can.
Well, that's why you split in the middle and you get ahead of them. You could do that. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, but I was thinking, if you had two, like Dr. Mario, where you have the split screen vertically, and I would think there would be a split screen vertical that you could do that. You could play against each other to see who can break out first.
I remember this was first shown. Tommy did mention about there would be vertical levels. I mean, that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's changed or if it's just going to be all because we've only seen horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how would that work? So, Peter, what are you thinking?
No, I mean if you keep it like top to bottom on a regular screen, it's way too wide. unless you do it with two players or more.
Games like Arkanoid and the original Breakout were pretty wide. They were pretty. Even on a 4x3 set, you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is even wider. It's
True. True.
Yeah. If it's just a swipe on the LCD, it's like unless you have high sensitivity, it's like you have to.
There you go, 2-player. Hold on. There you go, 2-player. Let's. I just saw.
Jeff and I were very impressed by that moment right there, where they had all the, and I know other game systems do that too, but it was impressive that on this game, especially too, that they had the sounds where you could have the sounds or the music, and because Tommy cares about the music, so I love that option that you can have music louder or whatever.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be cool if you could create your own levels and even
Ooh.
send them
Jeff
to each other?
That too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't
You and Jeff think a lot alike, Peter. That's
it? That would be awesome to do your own levels and share it with people.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it does have Wi-Fi, so you.
Yeah, because you could do we could do like the GoGameGo logo and put that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
that's what we need. We all need our logos in the game.
that's right.
Yeah.
And what was it? Retro Bros said something too when we were talking about the delay. He said, "Don't forget their overhead. It can't keep getting delayed for financial aspect either." He has said that. He's even said that. Only mods can post links. Do you even mod, bro? You want to be a? You know what? Shazam. That's how much. Even though you're wrong about Sonic CD, that's how much I love you, John. You're now a mod. No.
Like a Felix Fix-It. This little ranch.
What is that? George logo wouldn't be a cool level for this game.
Because it's just a round.
It's just a circle.
It's a circle.
Don't sell yourself short, George.
Yeah.
Although if it's unbreakable blocks, it's like this level keeps on going forever.
When the hell am I going to get through this thing?
Yeah. Hey.
No, dude, if you put a link to ransomware in my chat, man. Hey, it's Smash. What's up, JT? Another good channel. Hey, if you want the skinny on all things GameStop stocks, dude, JT, he's your broker. I'll tell you. I low key watch everything Smash puts up. I really do.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
Yes, he has been all over. Seriously, he's been all over the GameStop stuff.
Wow.
And I mean serious. Like I would seriously watch his stuff. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So otherwise, the vertical withstanding. Again, this now we're starting to see, how many levels there are. Now we're starting to see some more depth in the level design, and now we're starting to see, the beauty to me of what this is going to be like. And I'm very. This is why delay is hurting me. Because we haven't even talked about the sound and the audio, which of course, we know Tommy's. I don't know if Tommy's actually doing the music for this, but he's got his hand in it, of course. But excuse me. This is one of those just simplistic games that I could sit and play for hours, and I want it now. The demo was fine for me for like an hour, and I'm like, well, I want more.
Yeah, because I played that demo a lot.
I wore that demo out.
Yeah.
One thing we were talking about earlier this week was, do you think you get bonus points for getting out, for breaking out quicker?
I think I think there's time, and I think there's combo. Because there was because if you look in the upper right hand corner, there is a timer that's going down, so you do have an amount of time that you've got to get out. And the demo had it too. The demo had a timer on it too. And I think that there is I'll have to ask him, but I'm pretty sure there was. I'm pretty sure there was a.
Because like right here, he's gonna. It's like if there isn't a time bonus, why would you do this?
Right.
There's no reason to. You're losing points.
Right.
Exactly. So that's a good point.
Which I'm glad to see, because I'd like to see more than just the overall combo. I like to see more ways to score. kind of like in a shooter. There's always several different ways to score. I kind of like to see that here, which there might be. You know, we don't know the full story on this game yet.
Not yet, but I tell you, I am. This is what's killing me about it. I'm really. This is where, you know, we always talk about this on Amico All Access. Should Tommy be showing more videos? Should he be showing more, more gameplay? And we said yes, because we needed to see Finnegan Fox. We really, seeing just 2 seconds of it was not enough. We needed to see it in motion, and we did. The downside of that is now it's hurting me because I can't get it, because I can't play it yet. And by the way, Papa Pete, if you refresh, I've already got you the description of this show. I'll get you in the outro video next week. Yeah, I mean, that's what else did I grab? Because I grabbed one more, because that wasn't the only thing that he that he talked about this week. I thought. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I was pretty sure that there were 3 videos that he had this week.
I'm still waiting for him to announce the GTO Red.
Oh, right. Oh, I remember the other one. I think that's going to come. I think it's going to come at the very, very end.
Okay. Well, yeah.
He keeps toying with it.
I know. And he keeps toying with me every time I talk to him. He pulls out the sample one and shows it to me on the screen. I'm like, what the cuss are you doing?
And he always has it in the background, too.
Yep. So he finally got the Intellivision.com name from wherever that was from.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Who owned that before?
I don't know, but he owns it now. So, that's
crazy.
And then, so this was interesting, and I don't know, I'm not sure about this. It goes through, look at the baby. I'm pretty sure Rich bought something like that for his child. Because I saw Henry in a television. So
they need to have a running Perry shirt.
Bro says, yeah, that GTO Red is mine, and I will legit fight each and every one of you for it. No. Who said it earlier? Somebody came in here early and said, oh, DragonHeartYOBY said, Stewart, he said, I thought that was Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Stewart, you need to be holding a 2x4 on your shoulder.
Hey.
Just like Hacksaw.
Oh man, one of my old jobs, they used to call me Triple H.
What? All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I don't see that. Duggan, I can see. I don't see Triple H.
Yeah, I don't know who the other guy is, but now I know who Triple H is.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Yeah, I'm not into the wrestling thing.
Jeff,
He's
you know.
classic. Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I talk to
All
Pop Pete all the time about wrestling. We were toying around with doing a show of wrestling.
I'm in. Invite me, please. I'm in. I can talk. In fact, if Graphic God and Infinite are still in the chat, when I was on Retro Renegades 2 weeks ago, Yobi remembers, because DragonHeartYOBY and a couple of us are real big old wrestling guys, and
oh yeah,
we it's a video game show. We spent 20 minutes talking about wrestling, and one of the guys, Crispy Bomb, a good guy, said, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm like, oh shit, because he's like, I'm just not into wrestling. He's like, you guys go ahead, do you? But I'm like, oh no, so we stopped. But yeah, I could talk wrestling all night, Jeff.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing after 2010. Thank you. Facts. Give me WCW. Give me WCW. Give me WWF.
Well, see, Christine used to have a trade show that she went to, a convention she'd go to for publishing years ago, and she started going to New York, and so that she would be here. She hung out with her boss. Second year, she hung out with a buddy of ours that started working at the office, and then the third year, then she's like, "Do you want to go with me?" So I was like, absolutely. So I went that year. The next year, I'd go every year she went. And one of the years we went, it's probably the second or third year, we get into the lobby of the place and we're like, what is going on? I mean, there are just people like crazy all over the place. And we're like, what is going on? And there's, we said, what's shaking? And she goes, oh, it's see, Jeff, I always get this wrong. I thought it was the WWE, but must have been the WWF 20th anniversary.
Because that's what they were called before they were sued by the World Wildlife Fund. Because I always get panda bears and wrestling mixed up. Always.
Well, they wrestle. Panda bears wrestle. And
just ask Apple. It's like they get confused with any fruit they see.
Okay, Retro Rav says, I can't even. Okay, someone else is gonna have to read that because I can't read it without laughing.
Oh,
my wrestling knowledge starts and ends with Rocky 3. Hey, that's
Thunderlips.
So,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's coming.
hey,
up.
what's up? What's up, Supersonic Station? He says AEW Master Race. AEW's not bad. AEW's not bad.
Yeah, so they were having the big anniversary going on, and so we went over to the elevators, and we were staying. So we just walked past the barricade and went on into the elevators and went to our room. Then we went to eat one morning. We had breakfast with one of the friends that we knew from the office, and so we get done, and she's like, "Oh, I need the restroom." So I'm like, "Oh, they're back here." So we go back in there, and there's this whole crowd of people at the bottom of the escalators. And she looks over because she's into wrestling. This friend of ours, she's into it all. She knows it all. She goes, "Oh, that's Triple H right there." And my wife, God bless her, she goes, "Triple H, that's a stupid name." Out loud. I'm like, could you not do that among all of the fans? That's a stupid, that's an easy way to get somebody like to try to want to beat you up. And I'm like, and then later on, people are like, "Man, dude, I'm going to call you Triple H." I'm like, okay.
Oh my God, that's funny.
But the only thing I always ask people who love wrestling is, do you remember a wrestler named Moondog Mayne?
No.
Okay.
I remember the dogs.
When Tesla, the band went their different directions, they went 4 different directions. 2 of them went to Sofa Kings. One of them did Soul Motor, and another one did Moondog Mayne. And 5 different directions. One of them did a bunch of studio work with other musicians. And but Moondog Mayne, I asked him, it was Frank Hannon, and I'm like, where did you get this name? And he goes, "Oh, it's an old wrestler." So I'm always asking people. It's the same thing I do with Canadians. I ask them, like, "Do you know Tragically Hip?" And they're like, if they say no, I'm like, "You're not from Canada."
Nice.
So anyway, Moondog Mayne, I just thought it is.
Nice. Oh,
when I was a teenager, we were sitting around on a Friday night and my dad, me, and my brother-in-law. We were like, my dad was reading the paper, and there was a wrestling match here in town. And we're like, well, let's just go. We'd never been to one, so we went in person. And there was I think David Von Erich was fighting Ric Flair for the NWA championship. There was a battle royale, and we were sitting on the end of this aisle, and the aisle was where all the wrestlers came out. Oh. So Andre the Giant was there, and I mean, I could have reached out and touched him. He was that close. He was just massive. I mean, it was crazy. It was a great night. I mean, the battle royales are nuts.
Yeah.
That's the only live wrestling event I was ever at, though.
So, just so you know, I just realized my wife has her office in the other room down here in the basement.
Yeah.
She's been down here the whole time. And she just shot me a look walking upstairs. It basically was like this.
Well, it was fun being on the show, Mike.
Did she have a note in her hand that said, "That Jeff is charming"?
Oh my good.
The
All right.
Kings gotta go, but that Jeff is charming.
Hacksaw's all right.
So tops. We have topics, I swear. Tops. So tops.
Top
I, look,
6.
yeah,
All I know is Peter's like, don't you ever do this to our show again.
right.
And by the way, Peter, Utrecht is the place. Utrecht is where I saw Wayward Sons and Steel Panther.
Hmm.
So he's never heard of it.
Yeah.
It's obvious. Never. I'm making this crap up. I'm like, what is this Netherlands sounding town? I'm like, Utrecht. How about that? Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Utrecht. Yes.
yeah, Utrecht.
That's kind of in the
You didn't know.
more in the middle.
You didn't say it in the right accent, Stu.
It's like, who
Yeah.
knows Vincent Van Gogh? They don't know Vincent Van Gogh. They know Vincent Van Gogh.
There you
Gogh.
go.
But they don't know Vincent Van Gogh.
Golf game, golf.
Yeah, Gogh. Gogh. Gang Gogh.
And now we move to Klingon. Okay. So all right. Okay. So Tommy's gonna go. This is what you do to me.
Yeah.
All right.
On my birthday.
Hey, these
Tops.
topics are just like the console, a little delayed. Okay.
Brilliant.
Mike's done.
If only I just said
He's beating himself out.
I would have had it.
Has he ever left the podcast before?
Not like this.
Is this a first?
Oh my goodness. All right.
Is this your first time, Mike?
So tops.
What in the cuss have you done to my show?
Oh, what the flip. Okay. Tops. So I
You know, get guttural, man. I love that. Thanks, Rap.
so when Tommy announced tops, I thought that this was going to be kind of the tie-in to the baseball game.
That's what
Well, I
I
was
thought.
going to
Yeah,
say, help
collect
me
them
out.
all.
What does it mean?
There's going to, so Tops is going to develop their gift cards. So they're going to do like gift cards for games, you know, like the $50 token that we're getting with the Founders Edition.
Yeah.
They're developed. So Tops is going to develop for them their gift cards, you know, like the Xbox cards and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool. I mean, that gives them.
Did you know that Tubs did that kind of stuff?
I
'Cause
did
it's
not.
been-
I didn't either.
So
I did not.
apparently they did for quite a few.
I
Wow.
was really hoping they were going to make like digital cards for the baseball game or something. That was
Well-
my first thought. Ooh, that'd be awesome.
I don't know what he's shown you guys, but
He doesn't show us bit.
all
Yeah,
right.
we haven't seen anything.
We got 200 subscribed. So
Yeah, Oh,
We're
that
on a-
doesn't. That does not matter.
I'm just kidding. I'm
He
being
loves
a
you guys. Are you kidding?
Oh, and we love him, and we love you, and we love Peter. We just
Hey.
met Peter. We already love him.
So good.
I just got to remember to pronounce. Utrecht. If you'd have let, you had me at Utrecht. Yeah.
Sounds like you have a disease. You need to see a doctor.
I was chafing. What was the problem? I had Utrecht. Can you imagine?
Uh,
And it was down there.
there's some penicillin for that. I don't know.
Oh.
You mean penicillin? I'm a dick. Who did that?
Well, it's after 11.
does
You can
that?
actually say that now. All right.
It's not after 11. Now it's after 11.
Now it's after.
Cannot do it at 11
Next
o'clock
level
sharp.
game
It's like
after
it's
dark.
I love
This
you
is like
guys that
Cinemax.
whack with the 2x4. We are excited to announce our recent partnership with Intellivision to manage our global Amico gift card program.
Okay.
So,
right.
but there are some things that I can't tell you about that that will answer questions there.
I told you, Mike's a tease.
Yeah. Papa Pete says it's Friday there. That's right. He's an hour ahead. He's with he's up there with Graphic God, Peter. Papa Pete. He's
Happy Friday, Pete.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
So okay. So anyway, so that was the other big announcement was their partnership with Topps, and then the date and the breakout stuff. So
But I agree with Michael Garvey about Topps was a letdown. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
what do we really care about who's providing those cards? Who's the processor of those gift cards? I mean,
No,
do you get
I
your Switch gift card or your Xbox or PlayStation? I mean, do you care like, oh, hey, it's Topps? No, not really. We're not collecting them all. It's going to be an expensive hobby.
Okay, I'm serious. I do love this guy. This is brilliant. I mean, that's a good thought. I mean, you're like, okay. I mean, especially when you saw some of the reactions from that on Facebook, they're talking about, ooh, wacky packages. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I'm like, yeah, we're going to have a game that involves some of that stuff.
No.
Yeah, I know.
So no, I was thinking that like Topps would be like MLB baseball, Topps MLB baseball, which I think would have, put some serious clout into, because then you use the Topps to do baseball cards for the in character and stuff like that.
But maybe that's coming, just not announced.
Maybe,
Right.
maybe
You don't even know that.
I don't. I'm not as insider as Papa Pete or OEB Pete.
That's okay.
So.
We're out licking the windows.
The inside or the outside?
Well, which one's better?
One of us in, one of us out.
Jeff always gets the inside. Sorry.
We synchronize.
It's like synchronized tonsil hockey.
Tonsil hockey. That's the phrase of the day.
Okay. All right,
That's
good
a
night, everyone.
six-factor
We're
He shoots, he scores.
No,
I'm now the banker from Deal or No Deal.
I know. Mike's at that point where he's like, I don't want anybody to know who's on.
I'd rather have
So-
Vanna to spin that wheel, though.
Yeah. I will pay them $1 million to stop the show now.
Vanna can still spin.
Mike just removed the logo now. Oh, there it is. It's back.
Hi, Mike. Guess what? Somebody hijacked your show. I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
but Pete let it happen.
Wait till Chris watches this back.
It's like, what channel am I watching? Like,
And what side of the
they
window?
ripped off our logo. What's going
What
on?
side window am I on?
First topic.
It's 11 o'clock, and we just got through the first topic.
Let's see. It's midnight, and we're at point number 2.
Yeah, the Nintendo Direct.
Or
I'm not even going to. Is this a
I have to
show?
be at work at 8 a.m. just to throw that out there.
got to wrap up at 7:55.
Yeah.
That's Central Time, so you have another hour. That's okay.
And
Saw
Barge
Jim
jumped-
Duggan versus B. Arthur. Oh.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus B. Arthur. Oh my God.
All right. So the way I was going to do this, we don't have time to go through the whole thing. And besides, you did that earlier, so
not
I am not going to duplicate your work that I spent no time preparing for. So we're going to do it this way. I grabbed some trailers from some of the stuff that we need Mike's second topic.
See, that's your voice right there. That's the one.
Well, it's what I do for Amico All Access.
Next Level
Second topic. Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're listening to Next Level Gaming.
Well, you just tell me if you want me to record that. I'll record it and send it to you.
I might have you do that.
Next Level Gaming. We can do it in all kinds of voices.
Oh yeah.
Cats.
Listen. I
Meow,
listen
meow,
to
meow,
Next
meow,
Level. I'm not even alive, and I still listen to Next Level Gaming.
If I was still here, I'd be listening
I'd be
and
listening.
watching. Excellent.
Oh, should have got him to record that before he died. That'd be perfect.
Okay, so
That's
one of the
And me,
So-
yeah.
I need to plug 'em
so I
back in.
pull
Welcome
window
back.
lickers. All right.
Welcome back for topic 2.
Okay. So what I ended up doing, instead of just like doing the whole Nintendo Direct, I decided to pull just the trailers of things that were kind of major announcements for the Switch itself. Or that were kind of new announcements, things that we didn't know were coming before. So like I know we knew that Saga Frontier was coming. It just in the Nintendo Direct you finally got a date. But there were some things that they did announce that were pretty cool. I will show you. So I'm going to start with something that we already know is out for other consoles, but is now coming to the Switch, and that is a game that I actually enjoyed and still play it here and there. Is Outer Wild. Outer Wilds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Played that.
So Outer Wilds, which is actually not to be confused with the Outer Worlds, it's I don't want to say it's nothing like people saw this and said, "Oh, is this another No Man's Sky?" No, it's really not. It's a fixed world, a fixed universe, and you have to go on different planets to find things to help save your planet from being blown up, from being destroyed. And
Wow.
so what's really cool about it is the game is very volatile. And your ship that you fly, as well as your suit, is completely it's driven by the elements. So like I'll be in a world where like where was it? The world where there were, let me find it, those tornadoes in the water, like above the water. And if I touch that tornado, I will get blown off the planet. Yeah, like here. Like if I'm out in my gear, you could get blown like off planet and just like float away. And you only have so much air and only have so much oxygen before you die. Then when you die, you get put back on the planet, on your home planet, and you've got to do it all over again.
It's like hate.
Yeah, kind of. It's a neat game. And I don't know if any of you had a chance to play this on either the PS4 or the Xbox One. I think it came out on PC as well. Peter, did you play this one?
No.
It is in Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, it's in there, and it's a really neat and a different kind of game. So since nobody has played it, I might have to do a stream of this with my new AverMedia Live Gamer Ultra card.
Yeah, you should.
So maybe I'll do a stream of this so that people can see it. But it's coming out in the summer. Very good game. I did enjoy that game. Another one, a big announcement, and this is not just Switch, but it also happens to now also be Xbox, is a game that we didn't think would come, but it is. And that is, Peter, Fall Guys.
Fall
I've
Guys.
been waiting to play that.
Yeah. So I played it on the PS4, and I know a bunch of people play it on the PC. And I don't know anything
I've
yet.
done both, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about crossplay. They haven't talked about it just yet, but coming in the summertime to Switch and Xbox. Have you guys played Fall Guys?
No.
It's fun. If you just
I hope you can
wanna-
do it like I hope you can create like parties and stuff and play with your friends instead of a bunch of randos.
I don't know. I thought I played on the PS4. I was pretty sure I played with.
Yeah, you can play with a group, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a Now, how big the groups can be. It could be just your party of like max of 4.
Mm.
But it would be nice, get all of us in there and maybe like 20 plus.
Yeah, I don't
guys.
know.
But I mean, it's for there are 100 players, so maybe that's kind of
Yeah.
Who knows what will happen?
I like the guy with the wolf hoodie.
Yeah,
the
you
wolf
get
hood.
you get all kinds of costumes and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's really a fun game. It really honestly is. As goofy as it looks, it is a ton of fun.
It just looked busy to me. I was just like,
That's the point.
it's just crazy. That guy right there.
Yeah, but the busyness is the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the developer calls it a Bumble Royale, where eager beans compete through rounds of escalating chaos. Here, I'll use my radio voice. To the uninitiated, Fall Guys is a massively multiplayer Bumble Royale, where eager beans compete through rounds of escalating chaos until just one victor remains. So you go through these mini games, and it's really fun.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
No. Minions meet yes!
Right.
MXC. I don't know if anybody else. I want to know if anybody else gets that MXC reference.
It's from
Jeff does.
Yeah, Takeshi's Castle.
You used to watch that all the
Oh,
time.
yeah, watch it all the time.
I
It was
forgot what channel it was on.
great. Was it Spike?
It might have been Spike TV. It used to be so funny. So anyway, Fall Guys, and that's there you go, Papa Pete. Of course, Papa Pete's seen it. So the
Seen it
question.
all.
Yeah, I know.
You've
So
seen things we all wouldn't even think of.
the question that Retro Bro asked, is it going? Are they going to charge for it? On the Switch, you have to think so. I mean, yes, it was. Did you have to pay for it on the PC, Peter?
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
pay on the PC and on the PlayStation
it was in.
PS Plus, right?
It was.
I think it was like a 3 months or 2 months PS Plus special, I think.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have to pay for it on the Switch. I'm looking at the Xbox site. There's no indication that at this moment that they're going to put it in Game Pass, but it's almost a
Games with
no-brainer.
gold? It is,
Maybe
you know?
it's a no-brainer to put it in Game Pass, in my opinion. So
Yeah, it was
So there's
$20 on Steam. That's great.
Yeah. So there's that.
Or,
and-
yeah. I think I bought it through... I forgot. I got some discounts somehow, 20% off, and got a Steam code for that.
all right.
Might have
Sweet.
been Humble Bundle or one of those.
A game
Yeah.
that some people should be happy with is
Oh, I'm happy with this.
Splatoon 3.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I got 2. I still need to play that.
Yeah, I love Splatoon 2.
So I've never played it, and my kids are so stuck on Mario right now that I don't think they even know this exists. So for the uninitiated, tell but we are initiated. Jeff, tell us about Splatoon.
It's a 4 versus 4 online shooter. It's third person, and the whole point is to cover the most ground with your ink, your team's ink. And you can like kill people, but they just explode and they pop back to they go back to their home base and they come back out. So the point of shooting someone is to just delay, send them back so they're not out there covering the ground. Yeah, this one, I noticed it looks like she's got a crossbow or something, or was it a?
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
bow.
that
bow
right
arrow.
there is new.
Yeah.
So Peter, did you play the first one?
No.
Okay.
No, I got 2. I think I got it on sale on Black Friday, I think. I still need to play it, so you know how that goes.
I do.
The backlog.
I know exactly how that goes.
Yep. And since I don't have a Switch, I know exactly how that goes too.
What? You don't have a Switch?
I do not. I did not get on the Switch train.
How embarrassed are you right now?
At least you got it in your household, though.
Well, yeah, if I really wanted to play something right now, I've got 2 kids that got Switch Lights. I can go. I could just knock down my 6-year-old, take his. No, I mean I could wait till he goes to bed and then I could play his.
Wow. Hey, look over there.
Yeah. No, I really could. I could try it out if I wanted to.
Oh man.
You know.
Them in midair here. I don't know what's going on because that's nothing.
I don't know.
Soon too.
Yeah.
That's something new.
So.
Hey, and the whole point is you can turn into a squid and dive into your own ink, and you can swim really fast.
Neat. You know what a game this looks like to me, and I know it's not anywhere near what that game is. Have any of you ever played The Blob?
No.
DE Blob?
I've seen it. I never played it.
It's a neat little game. It's a neat little game. So, but it looks like that with the ink. So, hey, Project Jeff, what's up, brother? So, all right. So that, oh, good. I'm glad. See, look, there's games that, see, games.
See,
there's games, topics. You know,
this topic, they're right here.
Another big one. So this was another big announcement that got everybody kind of real up and yay. Mario Golf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jeff was crying. I mean, I was like, dude, come on, man. It's just Mario Golf.
I love the super rush part of this game.
The speed rush, yeah.
Those are awesome. I cannot wait. I'm like, Jeff, we're both buying this, and we're going to be doing that.
Boy, this Blob. Yeah, this looks fun. Like my kids love anything Mario, so you know it could be.
This will be on their list.
This will be on their list.
I hope it's 4-player online. I don't know if they said or not.
Switch have online?
Oh!
Do you still have to? Oh wow! Look at that motion control.
You're so silly.
Well, I mean, oh, I see. If you take your Joy-Con out, you can't really take your Switch Lite and.
No.
That goes your switch
Right.
to the. Yeah.
Which is exactly one of the things I talked to my wife about when we were talking about getting a second Switch for her. And we're like, well, there's limitations.
Okay, this is kind of cool. Additional games. I love these announcements. Hang on. These are my favorite things because people actually don't know this. Additional game systems and or accessories may be required for multiplayer mode. Game systems and some accessories sold separately.
May be required.
May be required.
Good night, brother Rich.
Yeah, see you, Rich.
See you, Rich.
It did mention in the small type that you need the Nintendo Online to
Yeah.
play
And
online. So that's good. So
and a cell
fine,
phone
it's
to talk to your friends while you're playing.
Well, of course.
Is that still a thing?
But that you
What?
need a cell phone?
That party chat's done through a cell phone? Is that still a thing?
yeah, they
Yeah,
got
it's
the chat through their phone.
I guess you use
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah,
you could.
like on Animal
something.
Crossing. Sure.
This is neat. A story mode. This is kind of
I need
neat.
to visit another island. Somebody who has pears, because I know pears on my island.
Leave for help.
All right, so this is coming out in June.
Help me.
Red Warrior needs pears. All right.
Need pears. We got peaches. We got apples.
I think I have pears.
But do you have
Let's
turnips?
I got coconuts.
Let's get hooked. I got coconuts. I got coconuts. They're in my pants. But
Go.
Oh, okay. All right. So, this is not a new game, but this is the first time that this series has been on the Switch, and the first Frostbite game, engine game. So something new. Plants vs Zombies: The Battle for come on, Mike. Oh my God, dude, Mike, what is wrong with me? Thank you. Battle for
there's-
Neighborville. So, I am going to sadly admit that I had not played this game yet on the Xbox. I was a big fan of this Plants vs Zombies. Not the original, but this version of it. The first game and the second game, I spent a lot of time in. I did not play this one yet. So this is the first time that Frostbite engine is coming to the Switch. It's got multiplayer, and it's basically the complete edition. So all the DLC, all the characters and everything like that. So if you guys have not played, like this is like Gears of War but goofier.
Yeah, I was just amazed by the graphics.
Yes, but Topic 2F.
I just couldn't believe it.
No, I mean this looks great for the Switch. You know,
EA had at least 2 games in this direct, 2 or 3.
they did. One of them I did not grab it. They had a Star Wars. Yes, I do have Knockout City. I'll show that real quick. And there was a Star Wars game. They have a Star Wars game coming.
Yes.
So 3. That's that's amazing because EA is ignored. Other than FIFA, they've ignored the Switch.
Oh, they said if it ever got popular, you know.
They're a little late to the party.
Yeah.
You're like, geez, you could have come in a little sooner.
Yeah. Well, they didn't.
I didn't say that.
Let's see. Let me see if I can grab that Switch game real quick. It's Star Wars Hunters.
Yes, Hunters. Thank you. Yes.
So, and that is a new game. That's not a they're not rehashing that from, so it's not like they're bringing Squadrons or something along those lines. This is an all new squad based free to play game actually, which is very surprising for EA. No, not actual gameplay footage. That is.
I love that.
Yes.
Sometimes there's good humor and honesty.
There's also having to explain something to people that might not actually get it.
Oh man.
All right, let me grab this because it's only 27 seconds. I'm gonna grab this Star Wars Hunters video real quick. In the meantime, Peter, tell us a joke.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
You.
You who?
You who?
I love you.
Utrecht.
I was gonna try to go there, but I'm like, no, I really shouldn't.
He's not really. He won't really do that.
Thanks for making me feel good about that. I mean, I fly all the way to Amsterdam. I go see a rock and roll show that kicks my ass with a friend of mine, and we end up watching the Super Bowl at a TGI Fridays in Utrecht. And that's just great.
Oh,
That's amazing that they have TGIs down there.
Tell me about it. I'm like, what is going on right now? And
I
the
think
thing was, a lot of the Wayward Sons guys had never seen American football.
Huh. All right, I think this is actual gameplay. I'm going to think that this is actual gameplay. Like,
That's
this is not actual gameplay. But,
yeah, Jeff and I were thinking that.
Yeah. So, all right. So this is, this looks like, this is one of those, so this looks like a sports, shooter.
It's like a dodgeball kind of thing.
It does, kind of.
But except they were not dodging, so I'm not sure.
No.
I don't know.
No, but they are catching and
I kept
throwing.
catching that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so there's Knockout City, and I did get Star Wars, whatever it's called, Hunters. So let me show that. And this is another new game. And I don't know if this is exclusive to the Switch or not. I didn't get a chance to look.
There it is, Hunters.
There it is. Let me look it up real quick.
Somehow I missed this one.
I did
really?
too. No,
The video is really short, and that's it.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You sneezed.
So interestingly enough, this is from Lucasfilm Games and Zynga.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Curse of Don Matrick?
yeah.
The
So-
curse of Don Matrick.
So Zynga
Zynga.
and then while you're doing that, you can go to Tatooine and run a moisture farm.
Because I do love moisture.
Moisture. During today's Nintendo Direct, Zynga and Lucasfilm Games announced Star Wars Hunters, a competitive arena combat game coming to the Nintendo Switch system in 2021. Star Wars Hunters will bring players together to engage in thrilling, team-based multiplayer battles featuring a diverse array of distinctive new Star Wars characters. Set after the fall of the Galactic Empire. So it's in that Mandalorian time. So,
The only thing. Meow, meow, meow.
meow, meow, meow.
Right.
Let's see. So it'll be free to download. Oh, so it's going to be on the Switch, on Apple, and on Android.
Mm.
Does not require a Switch Online membership to download and play.
Or a
Yes. Yeah, or have fun. Yes,
Oh.
mobile games giant Zynga. That is them.
brain.
Oh,
Buzzing.
Masters of Terrace Kai. I remember that heap of cuss.
Damn.
That was not a good. I'm sorry, that was not a good game. Nick said, "I just lost all interest. It's a free-to-play microtransaction game. Welcome to Zynga." That's why. That's. I was trying to make the moisture farm joke. Farm.
We're getting it
Farmville. Okay.
Took a while.
Where they drink new milk.
That's it.
Did you get
But at
any
least
footage of the
about a
Animal
boob of
Crossing?
Oh, the
Mario stuff?
I can. Hold on. I did not know. I did not anticipate people were.
Excited about it?
No, I did not. You have complained.
I mean, that's I don't know.
You
Besides the Mario Golf, that's
true. All right. Well,
that's like.
all right. Well,
Like,
I'll
oh,
tell you
that's
what.
neat.
While I'm downloading that, then I will show you guys another new announcement.
Do it!
Do it.
The HD remaster of Legend of Zelda
Yeah.
Skyward Sword HD.
Yeah. I was telling Jeff that I don't know how I missed it, but I was not aware of this game.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how I missed it. I don't know.
How you missed the announcement, or you just missed it?
No, I mean, I caught it on the announcement, which is why I was telling Jeff, I'm like, I don't even remember this game. It must have been while my son was in college or something. And it wasn't at home with us, and weren't talking
This
about
come
it.
out fairly late in the Wii's lifespan.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we were hip to a lot of the other ones. But there are things in this game that look familiar to me. I don't know.
So was Skyward
There's
Sword?
Zelda, and it's. I mean, that's a.
It's about as familiar as you can get.
Yeah.
Whose sex tape is that? Skyward Sword.
Carry on my skyward sword.
I wonder what she'd think about that.
It's kind of
if
funny that
think
it said
that in
the whole thing about the Wii remote and
Look out.
that
Yeah,
thing.
Skyward Sword.
Yeah. So you could play it with the Joy-Cons.
Yep.
But if you're a peasant that has the Switch Lite, then you can play it in button mode.
Joy-Cons, they just sound sexual.
Yeah. So this is my 6-year-old. Hold on. My 6-year-old who was playing Luigi's Mansion 3 today. All right. So I'm sitting here. I'm working. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. My son, my 6-year-old, is sitting over on the couch, and I hear him say, "You've got to be kidding me, Dad. I've got the Joy-Con drift thing again." I'm like, what do you know about the Joy-Con drift issue? You're 6. Play the game.
First world problems, bro.
Right. So here's them playing it with in button mode. That was just so funny. I have the I have the Joy-Con drift issue, Dad. Okay.
How the hell do you know about that?
Right.
You're not old enough to know about that. Or
Right.
care.
Exactly.
That's kind of cool.
They were today playing Super Mario Bowser's Fury
Yeah.
that just came out. They were playing that multiplayer. I was impressed. They were playing together co-op.
Yeah, that's a really good game.
Because when they play co-op, they yell at each other. Can you just please let me get this one? Can I get the cow egg, please? The what? So yeah. All right, this is for you, Peter. Here's the Animal Crossing with Super Mario Brother collectible items.
Yeah, baby.
The collaboration items. They're coming to your island, Peter. No one else's, just yours.
No, it's not coming to my island. It's my daughter's island because I set her up first, so it's never my island.
Amen. That's why I had to get my own Switch.
Yeah.
And I still exist on both islands.
Bro said I legit had Joy-Con drift. Figured it was some new weird feature. I heard her chuckle in the background. Jeff, next time your wife's coming on with you.
I could point the camera over at her.
Nope.
Nope.
Welcome to another edition of What's Not Happening.
She's the GoGameGo laugh track.
Very good.
All right, so there it is, Peter. The official.
Yeah.
It's a free
Finally
update.
spend my bells on something else than paying off my loan for my expansions.
That's
My
why.
mortgage.
That's why you need.
Oh man.
That's why you need peaches, or whatever
Yeah.
it is you need.
Pears.
Pears. That's why you need pears to buy the expansion. Okay.
I don't even know if I have apples.
Sure, Bro says, what's topic number 3? Our
Cherries.
top 5 PS6 games. Oh, jeez.
Yes.
1 year later, and here we are with the next Nintendo game. All right. What else was there that was of any? Anybody know what in the world this is? It's Project Triangle Strategy. It's an all-new game from Square Enix.
They're using the same engine as Octopath Traveler, but instead
Ah,
of an straight up JRPG, this one I believe is a turn-based tactical game.
gotcha. So another
Yeah.
game that'll come out on everything but Xbox.
They call it HD 2D.
Gotcha.
That's their little catchphrase for this.
You said Tootie.
Hootie.
All right.
Tootie versus Blair.
Huh.
Prince Roland of Glenbrook. And then there's Frederica. Huh. All right. I don't know anything about this.
I'm
Sorry.
not really into turn-based games.
Yeah. All right.
There's a
well,
demo out for anyone who wants to play.
I didn't mean to show you guys. I'm sorry.
Dang it.
And yet I did. Well, I guess I don't want to show you Neon White then either. Oh, here. For those who just want to waste their time during the day, Utopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, because things like Second Home and stuff worked so well.
Oh.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, that's just not right.
I
I
kind
kind of wish they redid the Mii's though. A little. They seem outdated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems old. You're like, really?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'm
They
not.
probably had 2 systems ago.
Yeah, I don't know if kids are into this. I don't know. Are we skipping the
just
Zelda
pulled up.
Joy-Cons?
It's creepy how they keep, like, moving. They're like,
Also, thoughts on Metroid and Pokemon anniversaries this year?
oh, Metroid would be awesome.
Agreed.
The Pokemon stuff, I've never was uber into, but
Nah. Yeah.
my son was. I mean, he would, you know, I think he might be looking at that because that was right when he was growing up.
Everybody was using Pokemon Go for like a week. I've never seen something die off like that. That was
I would every time I drove by my church parking lot, I would always look there and see if anybody in the parking lot. Because they had a little spot somewhere there where the characters would show up.
Retro Bros is
how are they
Metro
doing?
Switch Pro. Legend of Mana is the last one I'll show because that Legend of Mana is a kind of a big game. So for those of you who are into these kind of games, you know, honestly, Fastback might be into a game like this. He's been getting into a lot more of those kind of indie kind of. Was it one of them was called Raji, one of Hades kind of games. So this kind of I like the look of this. I like the hand drawn art style of a game like this. It's kind of it tells me that the developer really put work into the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of I don't know if this game is for me completely. It kind of looks a little bit like an action RPG, and it doesn't look turn-based. And if it's not turn-based, then I could be happy with it.
You're not into that.
So Jeff says people are still active by me on Pokemon Go. So I mean, graphics kind of look.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
No, I'm switching games. So
Okay.
that you were done with this one. No, I thought Go ahead.
No, I'm done with this game.
Oh, okay.
Seriously.
No, they also had the what was it? The Capcom arcade
Yes.
thing, which you could download for free. And you got kind of like two games for free, or one will always be free. I forgot what it was. 1943 or one of those.
I
And
believe.
Ghosts and Goblins you can get for free.
And Ghosts and Goblins for a limited time. You get that.
Yes. That interests me.
That's a classic.
So I downloaded those.
Oh, and how are they?
Oh, well, what I said, I downloaded those. I didn't say I paid.
I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Give me some time, bro. Give me some
Yeah.
time.
It's still fresh.
I apologize,
It's still
sir.
fresh. They're cooling on the windowsill.
While I'm licking the window.
That's my job, bro.
All right, hang on. So, I did get that trailer. Hold on, let me. Sorry.
I was like that mirrored glasses, like you're making out with yourself, but no.
There's a moment where I think Peter's going to be kind of quiet, not going to say much. Then all of a sudden,
Whammo!
mirror making out with yourself.
I don't have much left in the tank on this, so. So here we go.
I'm sorry, Mike. We should have told you to double fill the tank before we started. But
I should have grabbed another drink before I came down here.
I know I've killed.
I
all
should have had one in reserve.
All of mine are dead.
Oh, so
My bucket is empty.
wow, you had a mini bucket of. Oh, that had Commando in it. Ooh. Well,
Yes. It was for Papa P.
All right. So, Michael Garvey, cover your ears for a moment, please. 3, 2, 1.
That's you.
I have these in MAME. Okay, you can uncover your ears, Michael. I play Commando. I love it. I love that game.
Yeah, I know, right?
That had one of the great. That had one of the, I'm sorry?
Do you play it Commando?
No.
Oh, that's right. You have little kids in the house.
Yeah.
That's right.
Commando and Ghosts and Goblins of the Capcom games, really two of my favorite soundtracks. That you know, when you're going through Commando and it's, you know, you got the little you know, when they were trying to do drums back then.
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
See how easy it is.
This is so easy.
It's so easy.
You guys are. Oh, see now, Final Fight. With all due respect, the Sega CD version of Final Fight is what I would rather play because it's got that rockin' soundtrack.
I don't know that I'm upset that they put 1943 before 1941. Could you just do them in chronological order?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, 1941's a prequel.
Yeah. Well, you know.
No.
Yeah, I went out when I saw Commando on there. I was like, what?
I mean, that's such a classic. It really set the stage for a lot of games I used to play. I think I played Commando before I played Ikari Warriors.
Oh, okay. Because that's one of the questions that I asked when we were talking to Dace. Is, I'm like, would you consider like Commando? Would that be a shmup?
In a technical sense. So what did he say? Because I think I missed that part of it.
Well, he wasn't uber familiar with some of those kind of games, but he said, yeah, I mean, as long as if there's, because I was like, well, there's fight, you're moving forward, it's scrolling,
right, and you're shooting up things,
and you're shooting, and things are shooting
back at you. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely there definitely are parts of Commando that are bullet sponge, like
yeah.
I would consider it a shmup because you are. It doesn't. The shoot 'em up does not necessarily simply denote ships.
Correct.
So
it denotes shoots.
Right, shoot 'em up. So
yep.
Yeah.
19XX. What is that?
I think that was one of the later in the 1942 series, 41, 42, 43 series.
I wasn't familiar with that.
Because there was 44, and then there was, Oh.
So there was 43, 41, 44.
And then 4XX.
And then
14XX. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
That's cool.
I would like to see somebody come up with a controller, and I think, I want to say that, I'm sorry that Rich went to bed already. I was going to ask him, his At Games Arcade box that he got, the console, the cabinet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it had a spinner on it. I don't know if you guys remember Ikari Warriors,
yes.
but Ikari Warriors had the spinner. Because it's the next one after that was Heavy Barrel, and you use the joystick.
Heavy Barrel.
Yeah, and I think it had a spinner. Let me look at I'm trying to think how that game was played. Because you rotated.
Interesting.
Hold on, I'm getting a picture. I'm looking up a picture of it now. The joystick was a rotary stick. So the stick itself, you move the stick, and it didn't spin; it twisted. So you twisted it. Here, I'll pull up a quick picture. Hang on. Courtesy of GamesDatabase.com. I'll give them credit, which I kind of have to because their URL's kind of plastered on the picture. So, but here.
Do you guys remember? I was just looking at one of those characters that was on the screen. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it did spin. It looks like it did spin all the way around.
Got the knobs. Got the flat sides so you can spin it.
Right.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah. Hey, do you guys remember one of these characters on here are reminding me of it? Did you guys ever see that film short that was on they showed it on HBO? That's where I saw it. back in the 80s where it had the pinball machines and the characters animated came off of those and they were going up against Space Invader characters because it was supposed to be pinball versus video games.
Versus video games.
You guys don't remember anything
I
like
don't
that?
remember that.
No.
The only mashup that I think I ever remember was Pac-Man Jr.
Okay.
Where Pac-Man Jr. was, it had a pinball game element to it, and
Okay.
it's the only one I know.
I think this is it. Hang on. I'm trying to find, because I want to send you the link.
Okay.
You can check it out. But they're like in a city. And yep, this is it. Okay, so I'm going to I'll send you the link. But this is really everybody should see this. That gets into all this stuff. I mean, they need to see this. But I saw this on HBO. So there it is.
Baby Pac-Man. Thank you, Digital Whacker. Where in the world did you come from? Welcome to our show. Welcome to our chat room.
So
Man.
there's the link. I sent it in the chat.
Here we go. Okay. In our hang on. Dude, I just gotta gotta give this man a shout out. Digital Whacker rolled in here with exactly what I was looking for. And I am going to put it was a pinball machine, but when you got to a certain part of it, the back panel was a Pac-Man.
That Tommy's got one at his house.
Yeah, that
His dad loves playing it, he said.
yeah, outstanding, sir. And welcome to our chat room.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, very good call. All right, so you put the
So
link
I'm right
in.
above that. The link is right above Baby Pac-Man.
Hang on. It might not be because you can't put links in the chat.
Oh, well, you can copy it though, right?
No, I can't see it. Put it in the Skype chat, and I'll put it
Okay.
in the.
Cool.
So. All right. So that, by the way, so was there anything else from the direct that you guys saw that maybe I, didn't pay much attention to because, well, Oh, here's one. The Return of Telltale.
Oh yeah, Borderlands.
Tales from the Borderlands for 2K.
Yeah.
Here, I'll turn it up for the chat. You guys, I don't have it. One day Skype will let me just share sound again without having to share the whole screen.
Yeah, so what exactly is this Borderlands?
So think of this as kind of a book. It's not a real game in that, like, it's more of a story.
Okay.
So, did you ever play any of the Telltale games like this, like the Batman series? Okay. Yeah. So
Well, wait a minute. Like the Batman, like what?
like the Telltale Batman series?
Is that like the
Yeah.
Arkham series?
No. So like here, so you're basically, it's like a choose your own adventure book is really what it is.
I played the Walking Dead. I have Walking Dead.
It's okay. So that's
Yeah,
what
that's
this
one
is.
too, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I started playing Walking Dead. It freaked me out, so I stopped for a minute. I got it.
Right. Oh, hey, Ronnie Bell. Welcome. So we got people coming in late. It's okay. That's what happens when we don't get into our topics for an hour and a half. So,
You're welcome.
thanks. All right. Did
Wait,
I forget
like
any?
halfway-
Did I forget anything out of this direct? I didn't want to show the whole direct. I know there was some Smash Brothers stuff at the beginning that everybody goes bonkers over. Plus, I know Jeff's got to go to work tomorrow. So,
He and I both.
Well, me too.
The only thing I would say is whenever Nintendo does a direct, go watch the Japanese direct because they always have some different stuff in there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Like there was a really cool baseball game, and it was another neat game called Crayon Shinchin. I think that's what it's called.
I'm so sorry. Pete's streaming his 2000 sub stream right now. I feel bad because he even asked me and he even asked me when we were gonna stop, so he want to overlap. So when we're done here, I'm gonna pop over there while I'm heading to bed. But and by the way, congrats to Pete on 2,000 subs. Good grief.
Whoa! What did I do?
I don't know. What are you?
I don't
Okay. There he is. Whew. Congratulations on 2,000 subs, man. Seriously, that
Yeah, he went from 1 to 2,000 in the blink of an eye.
he really did because he's
Man.
got great content and so he's still on topic too. He's got awesome content and honestly, even in his Polymega video where he was upset about the Polymega stuff, he starts his stream with the biggest smile in the world, and it's just infectious. So and he's part of our Gamers United Guild. Please check him out. Oh my God! But congrats, man. All right. So did I miss anything before we kind of move from this?
I don't think so.
Okay. I got a couple of small rapid fire things I want to fire at you guys, and then we'll actually work to get out of here, so that some of us can get up for work tomorrow. There was some big news today. We kind of knew it was happening. I didn't get a chance to grab the video or anything from it, but EA made it official that they have acquired Codemasters. So that is now an official. They own Codemasters.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that or not.
Well,
Yeah.
I know. Not
When
exactly.
EA touches stuff, then
Yeah.
it will happen.
So now they are the.
But now they can put all that stuff in the
In the vault. In the vault.
Well, it used to be the vault. Now it's like the
EA Play. All right.
you play.
So they now own Formula One, Dirt, Project Cars, and Grid.
Wow.
So and with of course their back catalog. So I mean, if you think about it, and this was what their point was today, that joins Need for Speed and Burnout in their arsenal of racing games.
Wow.
Leaving Microsoft as the only other big racing game company out there now with Forza.
Well, you have Sony too.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Racing.
Okay, yeah.
That's a big one too.
That is a big one. Gran Turismo is a big one.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
But I mean, for other arcade kind of races, and or more other simulators, I mean, there's not a whole lot left.
true. But they have Onrush too. So, yeah, Arsetto. I keep forgetting because there are some other small ones. You guys are right. Arsetto Corsica, whatever that's called.
Yeah, I don't know anyone. What do you
Nope.
play that though?
Jeff Rule Project Cars is Codemasters.
Yeah,
So that is now EA.
were they all of them?
They
I thought there
were.
was something with that game. I don't know.
We talked about this. We talked about this when they kind of announced their intentions.
Yeah,
They were originally Bandai Namco was the first one. Slightly Mad Studios, but
yeah, and also published by Namco Entertainment.
yeah.
First one.
But EA has the rights to it now.
Wow.
I just want a new Micro Machines game.
I know. I used to love that game.
I still do.
So that is that's kind of big news. I mean, it really is. These developers just getting snapped up. Codemasters published their own stuff too, so it's not like they were just a, kind of an indie dev. They're a big deal. So that's not exactly, Bethesda, but it's Codemasters. I mean, Codemasters make some excellent stuff. So, kind of right in time because Dirt 5 is going into Game Pass. So,
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of Xbox stuff, since I mentioned Game Pass, Microsoft today, was it today or yesterday? Microsoft announced that they are working on enhancing their backward compatibility stuff, and let me bring up what I want to make sure I'm exact about this, because this is kind of, again, it's not, I don't think it's as big a news right now as it could be, but here's what they're doing. They are going to begin to do a hardware FPS boost for backward compatible games. So what does that mean? So if you have an Xbox Series S or X, backward compatible games from the Xbox One to the 360 to the OG Xbox all get hardware level HDR if you have an HDR TV. Well, now they're going to get hardware level first person, FPS first person. Good grief, I'm tired. FPS boost. So they're going to get frame rate boosts. And it started with 4 games that they brought out. There's 4 games that are out now, one of which is Far Cry 4. And so Far Cry 4 on the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S runs at 60 frames per second now instead of 30. And
hey, you said One S, One X. You mean
did I? Series
S.
X. I'm sorry. Series X, Series S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the Series. Xbox Series.
Yeah, you might have to take over for me here, Peter. I'm wrong.
Almost. Juice.
Yeah.
We wore his ass out.
Yes, you did. So Watch Dogs 2, Far Cry 4, Sniper Elite 4, if Niall's still in the room, and UFC 4 all run now in 60 frames per second. And new Super Lucky's Tale, which already runs at 60, will run at 120 if you have a 120 hertz TV, which I do not. But so what they're going to be doing, they're going to allow you to toggle that. So sometime in the next few months, they're going to put in a place where you can go into a manage game section for any title, where you'll be presented with a compatibility options button that will allow you to trigger an FPS boost and turn on and off the auto HDR. So that's they're continuing to work on their backward compatibility, which is nice. I'd still like to see more older titles get into the backward compatibility list.
The more the merrier.
I was happy to see, and it was also a Games with Gold, the Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, which I'm playing through. But so they're going to roll this out in kind of a rolling fashion. So it's not all games all at once. It's going to be kind of like they did with the backward compatibility itself. Just continue to make games for it. We saw this kind of with work that they did when they brought some 360 games to the Xbox One X. One of which Peter and I remember vividly was GRAW, was Advanced Warfighter. That one was 30 frames per second on the Xbox 360, 60 on the Xbox One X, and we had no idea. So good night, Qeorge. Great to see you. This is probably one of the most fun I've had on this show. You should invite GoGameGo more often.
You're just saying that.
But good night, brother.
And thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is nice. But I would personally like to see more games hit first. But that's just me.
I wish you could stick in any disc, the OG, like especially the OG Xbox ones, and just play as is, you know. And if it breaks,
agree.
it breaks. You know, it's just might be able to do it, and straight from disc. You don't have to, you know. I think if you play it straight from disc, I don't know if you have to get any, you know, legal stuff involved with that.
Right, because you own the disc.
You own the disc, so
So there you go.
who knows? Maybe one day.
So thoughts from you guys? Don't care. It's okay.
I'm kind of out of the loop on those, but
Gotcha. All right,
know.
fair enough.
One thing that I wish they would do is like, you know, so you have the games that run faster. They run, you know, they look better, except like the videos within those games, like
Oh,
the, you know,
yeah.
the in-game videos. So I wish they had some, you know, use the AI to like enhance those and something.
I don't know much about, you know, the technical stuff, but I thought FPGA was hardware based. How are they rolling that out on the existing Series X and Series S?
I want to say for the older stuff they're doing. I mean, obviously for Xbox One, the chipset is similar enough. I mean, you're going from Jaguar, but it's x86 PC based. So you're going within the PC infrastructure. So you're not really there's no real compatibility there to deal with. The Xbox 360 and the OG Xbox run in emulators. So they do a wrapper that's got an emulator that runs.
Okay.
So, Pete says sending people here to sub to you. All right, I don't have any more rapid fire news. Those are really the other two big things of the week. Peter, do you know of anything we're missing?
I don't know.
All right.
Don't have. Maybe there was something, but I forgot.
All right. Yeah,
We
me
had
too.
so much fun that.
Yeah. So, all right.
Get out there. If you know, we saw the Finnegan Fox video recently.
Yep.
For Amico, and you know, Jeff pointed it out to me that today they got a $5 deal on Fox and Forest. If anybody in that on the Switch.
I want to switch.
I grabbed it. I want to play it so I can see the difference once I get the Amico version.
I don't want to touch it. I want my first time. I want to pop my cherry on Finnegan Fox. So
yeah, I went ahead and bought it. I got it. So
I'll go back and play Fox and Forest afterwards, but I'd like to see what I don't want my vision of I don't want Tommy's vision of the game and the developer's vision of the game. I don't want that tainted by and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean I want to see what their vision
go in
is.
fresh.
Yeah, I want to go in fresh.
You don't want any tainted love.
No. Honk, honk. Okay.
Meow,
Question from Jeff.
meow, meow, meow.
From Jeff Rule to you, Mike. Since you have the music side, what did you think of Guitar Hero Rock Band games? Just
Love them.
curious.
Love them. I like those, and honestly, I used to play a lot of the Karaoke Revolution games. I loved those. I loved those kind of music games. I still, to this day, because I've got upstairs the Xbox 360, I have Rock Band 2, I have Guitar Hero World Tour, Guitar Hero 2, and I still...
Megaphone contains the final countdown. Who doesn't want to?
Oh yeah, I still
Yeah.
been
Meow,
playing.
meow, 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 meow.
Meow, meow.
There you go. He's part of the clan. Well, and just playing Freebird at the end of at the end of Rock Band. So, yeah. So that's
And also, like, you know, it's a easy way to play a little bit of drums without getting an actual whole set.
I remember they tried to bring a keyboard. So
I actually have that keyboard.
anything like the Lips games. I have Lips. Lips is a little. So I have Lips for the 360. It's not quite the same. Lips tried to be a game where you could bring any song you wanted in and do karaoke with it. It didn't quite work well, but I will say that the wireless microphones, and I've got the wireless microphone still. The wireless microphone is awesome. I wish that thing was Bluetooth. There's no Bluetooth back then. So,
Right.
So,
I wish the Rock Band 4 drums they had drivers for PC. They don't.
oh yeah.
They wanted to make that game for PC, but then it kind of fizzled. So
Yeah.
I had Rock Band on the 360, and we had some people over. My son, when he was about 2, he was over there. He grabbed the sticks and he just pounded on the drums. We didn't have the system on. We were watching TV. But then I noticed the 360 was turned on. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. He's over just pounding away. And I turned on the TV. I switched over to the Xbox. He had pounded his way into, he turned it on, pounded his way into the digital store, and he bought a $10 DLC just from doing this. And I called Microsoft, and they said, too bad.
Yeah.
Like, this DLC for a game I don't even own. Yep. Too bad.
Yep.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, that was crazy.
By the way, I'm sorry. I don't usually do this, but I'm looking over at Twitter and I'm wondering why Chun-Li is trending on my Twitter. Shout out to this person who apparently doesn't know that Chun-Li is not part of Mortal Kombat.
Oh boy.
She wrote a whole article about why is Chun-Li not in Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
It's real. That's a real article. That's not The Onion.
Ooh.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, she'd do her whirlwind kick one time, and Kung Lao would just cut her legs off with his hat, and that would be it. So
it's gonna be DLC.
TLC. There you go.
You have to unlock it by drums, or maybe you can only play, or you're just playing the drums. That would be something.
Death by drum solo.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have final thoughts, and this is where we do two things. DragonHeartYOBY asks us a serious question that we can't answer because it's so serious that but he asked if he's still there. He's got a question for us, and then we just give final thoughts on our night. So here he is.
What?
All right. So his question of the night, on a personal level, what do you feel was the biggest test to you all in your own personal lives? Whew. Wow. Okay. Who wants to tackle that one? Jeff hasn't talked in a while.
Oh boy, I don't know. I gotta think about this one.
The biggest test to you. Yeah, this is what we do this every week. The biggest test to you all. Well, I have one.
If you say dealing with GoGameGo on your show, that's really bitching.
Well, it's a good thing though.
It was a test.
Yeah,
It wasn't the biggest. That's the question.
It's a good thing that we had GoGaMego on instead.
Yeah.
All right. So I will say this: there's only a couple of people in my life that know what that biggest test is, and with respect, it is not something that it is something my wife and I had to deal with that I just don't talk about publicly. But
I was going to say, I want to throw out all kinds of bad things.
Yeah, I might have to mulligan on this one. That's a tough question because mine is extremely personal.
Huh? Wow.
So it is something that literally my wife, my rabbi, and very select people know.
Mine was just learning to use toilet paper. I don't know. I just
What, the single or double ply? Maybe triple.
well, definitely
No.
the double. Use enough.
This single's no
Another
good.
thing.
So, but I don't want to take away from the fact that Yobi,
Lasts longer than a single ply.
Well, what about feeling like you're in the Olympics when you use cheap toilet paper because you have to use twice as much, and when you're flipping it around, it's like that little ribbon thing that they use at the Olympics. And you're like, wow, I could be in the Olympics with this.
I can't start laughing again.
I've got a good.
It's like those cats. Meow, 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 meow. I love the whole thing.
Oh, I've got a good toilet paper roll story. We were
Please tell me this was the biggest test of your personal life.
It kind of rolls into that. We were at the Science Center here in town, and it was like shoulder to shoulder, just packed. It was like a Mardi Gras or something. There were so many people in there, and I had to go. My stomach's killing me. It's like I can't take it. I gotta go use the bathroom, which I never use a public toilet like that. So I go in there, and I'm taking a dump, and I go to reach for the toilet paper, and I pull, and it was in a metal box. The metal box flipped open, the roll hit the ground, and it went sailing across the bathroom. And I'm looking like this, and it was all over by the door. I was like, what the hell? And there's just like 1,000 people there. I'm like, they're gonna walk in and see this roll of toilet paper and think, what the hell's going on? So I got the toilet paper and I'm pulling it like really slowly like this, and then the roll, instead of unrolling, was just slowly dragging. So I was doing this, and it was probably a good 30 feet away. I finally got it, and I was thinking, and I got it and finished and went out, and nobody ever came into the bathroom. And I was thinking, what are the odds of that? I was in a panic. I was like, I got to get this roll quick and get out of here.
I got 30 feet of toilet paper back, and nobody ever showed up.
It was impressive.
I'll tell you what, it's a good thing they didn't just mop that floor. You'd have had wet. You can't get wet toilet paper back.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not that cheap crap, especially.
No. You can't squeeze that, Charmin.
That was quite a test for me.
Goes back to Mr. Whipple.
Okay. All right. So I does anybody want to try to answer Yobi's question?
Biggest test to you and my personal life. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's kind of coming up. I mean, I'm trying to figure out all this tech crap and stuff so I can, start doing what I need to do for our show, but also being a musician, becoming a musician at 36.
That's awesome, man. That is, it's people say it's never too late, and it really isn't.
No, it's not.
My hat's off to you. So
thank you.
And with the tech stuff, if you ever need help, man, you guys know where I'm at. Jeff has no problem asking for help for me.
And by the way, I'm impressed how well the show is run. I can hear everybody. No echo. Amazing. That's not something we're used to over at GoGameGo.
Humor, yes. Tech, no.
Yeah. So.
We know.
All right. So, Peter, did you want to take a shot at that one?
Sounds like it.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. A big test was, it's leaving my home country to live with my now wife, and being here in the States, and
oh wow,
yeah, different culture, work, work related and stuff. It's big culture shock was like the amount of vacation you get down here is like nothing.
Yeah.
I was lucky when I started out. I got 2 weeks. It's like 2 weeks. It's like, it's like a Christmas break. It's not even like going on a summer vacation. Like in Europe, you get like 4 or 5. Say four for some weeks, and
yeah.
So that was a big thing. But.
Yeah. We've talked to our friends over there. They live in Voorburg.
Oh, okay.
And but you're on where were you from Utrecht?
I'm all the way at near the German border, like 2 miles
Okay.
away.
Gotcha.
So guess we were the first little town that got invaded.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just talking about how the country's under sea level, so you have to watch your pollution levels and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, and I grew up in a very small little town, like 16,000 people, kind of. Lots of farmland around.
Lots of bike riding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you guys ever get a chance to go, how often do you make it back?
I haven't been in the last 7 years, 8 years. Well, because my daughter was born. She's now 7.5, so we want to go back. But then, then we had this whole COVID shenanigans, so it kind of postponed too a little.
Shenanigans.
So we'll see when we can do it safely and.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but me and my family has been over down here.
Yeah.
In the meantime, so
it'd be cool if we're over there at the same time. That'd be awesome.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, because we have, like I say, we have friends live there. That's where I stayed when I went to do this thing last February, a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, that's cool. That's awesome.
Oh. I just went over to Pete's stream to let him know. I swear we're almost done.
One more topic.
Yeah, I said I swear I didn't know how this night was gonna go, because he literally did ask, and he said I don't want to overlap you, and I'm like, yeah, we shoot for 11:30, but it's usually like 12:15 when we're done.
Still mad respect to him though.
Yeah, he did ask, and I it means a lot. So, Nick said lies. So, all right. So the last thing we do, and then I'm gonna get us out of here. Final thoughts. So this is where just something that's on, whatever's on your mind for the week, just out, just say it, and then we get out of here. So as our guest, Jeff has said very little in the last hour, so we're gonna go to Jeff.
I told you a great toilet roll story.
All right. Well, there you go. All right, Jeff's final thoughts with Jeff. Toilet rolls.
We're having a kind of a crazy week on our channel. We've counted this up. I think we're like around 9 hours into streaming this week, which is a lot for us. Another thing is, it's just kind of weird since we started this, how there's so many things that have changed. We've met so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in real life, besides Stewart, I don't know anybody that plays games. It's really kind of strange. So it's been nice. Meeting up or talking to a bunch of YouTube guys and actually talk games. Something I'm not really used to doing.
And play games.
Yeah. And thanks a lot for having us on, Mike, too.
Oh, you guys, this was an adventure. So, no, I really thoroughly enjoyed myself. I had having you here. I mean, this was so much fun. I mean, it is kind of funny that it was 90 minutes before we got into anything, but you know what? That though goes to the kind of the power of what we, just our the personalities you guys bring, how it does mesh with ours. I mean, I think this is, we did not want for discussion tonight at all. Even not like joking about, I swear we have topics. We literally probably didn't need them tonight. And that, in all honesty, that speaks to, so I'll do my final thoughts real quick, because it kind of, this was what I've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks. And I know I've told Peter and Chris this, and I've told I told OEB Pete this and such. I have not been happier as a gamer and as, you know, an older gamer. I mean, look, I'm approaching 50, you know, and there are, you know,
Sadly,
nobody,
I will beat you.
You will, but not by much. I'm right behind you. But, you know, who would ever think, you know, there's guys out there that are 50 years old that are playing video games, you know, and what I've gotten into in this last year, and meeting you guys has been part of that, has been this community of gamers that I've never met before, that has made me the happiest I've been as a gamer. Like, to the extent that, you know, it has made my desire to do things even for here at NLG. You know, Chris, Peter, and I like look forward to getting together on Thursday nights because no matter what happens during the week, this is our time. And we've had so much fun together that it's reinvigorated me to do these Stinger spotlights and all this new content and you know, and they're looking at doing stuff, and we're looking at doing, like, you know, together stuff, and you know, we're getting ready to enter a Halo tournament, get our asses kicked in a couple of weeks, but we're gonna have fun doing it, and you know, but then getting to be on things like Amico All Access, getting to be on with you guys, that sports night show, the sports movie show, was just so much fun, and you know, this makes me happy that there's this group that I'm associated with, and our Gamers United guild is filled with these guys too. And later on this year, we get you guys into this group. You guys are you would love it. Just, you know, fun and down to earth fun. Just, you know, there's so much BS out there, you know, and there's so much. You know, if you think, trust me, if you think this Amico hate thing is bad, try waiting in the middle of PlayStation versus Xbox. Try being in the middle of that war. You know, there are people out here that are absolutely nuts. That, you know, make the guy that runs Amico games look silly. But all that's not around me. What's around me are you guys. Peter and Chris, you two, Pete, Nick, Retro Bro, Papa Pete, Jeff, Rob, you know, everybody that's in this chat room that at quarter after 12 is still, hold on, let me see, because it was still 20 strong. Yeah, it's still 20 strong, you know. That's, you know, that to me has made my life, especially with COVID and you know, the things that we have to deal with in our personal lives. I love my family, but my family takes up all of my time. So when I get to let loose, it's with you guys, and technology has allowed that. This has just made me just so much happier. And I feel good, and I feel like, you know, a night like tonight when I laugh like I did, that's, you have no idea, but it's therapeutic. So,
amen.
So that's my final thought of the week. And thank you guys for, you know, for being who you are, and being on our show, and inviting me. Peter's got to go on with you guys one night. He's got to get on with you guys, because now I got to hear these stories of. Oh, yeah. No, I need to, you know, you know, so, and we gotta, you know, but, you know, just thank you guys.
Yeah. Peter, you want to go?
No, I mean, I agree with Mike. I mean, it's not much to add. I mean, it's just, you know, awesome. And also thank you too for being here on the show. I like to hang out in the chat and having it just running. I feel like, you know, I'm sitting in your living room on a couch and just, you know, having a drink, just sitting in a corner and listen to it. It's like, it's just awesome and relaxing. And it's all good stuff. So
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
And thank you, Jeff. Jeff said, "Brother Mike, love the video game monthly box with your son. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jeff."
Yeah, those are great videos, Mike. I watch those every.
Seth has gotten into them, like that last retro treasure game treasure box, where like Yobi will tell you. Yobi told me, Mike, you can't put that boy on camera. He looks so sad. When we pulled out the last burger, and so I played it up. If you guys saw the video, I played it up with the shot to black and white and the sad music and the theatrics. I did that on purpose because, and he eats it up. So, and it's important for him because, he's got mild autism and it's hard for him to communicate sometimes, his feelings. So this is something that gets him, he likes being on YouTube. He sees other people on, he sees Ethan Gamer TV and all these other kids that have these, and so this is his little slice of YouTube fame. And so it's also something him and I have been able to bond over.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
I bottom of my heart, guys, I appreciate that. And then we're going to keep doing them as long as people enjoy them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, I've I was working for special school district. I deal with a lot of those and have experiences with a lot of those kids every day. That's for the last 3 years I've been back in the autism department, and so I hear what you're saying. I have friends of ours that have autistic kids, and that there are a lot of special moments. Yeah, you got to cherish all of those.
I do, and he's brilliant. Not to brag on him a little more, but he's fifth grade, and he's to the point to where his IEP has now run out for math and reading. So he's doing the same. He's doing the same work as the rest of the kids in his class and pulling straight A's. I can't complain. I take the emotional side, which is his big weakness. I take that and I just I weigh it with the success. And so, the boy is brilliant. The next time if you ever get a chance to talk to him, all you have to do is ask him about Mario. He'll come up to me and he'll be like, "So, Dad," and he gets so. Anyway, and when he's done, I just think to myself, I just want him to say, "And thank you for coming to my TED Talk." He knows everything about the game, and like so. Yeah. I take that for what it's worth with him, because he is brilliant. So
has he played Mario Strikers at all?
He hasn't played Strikers, but he said something about it. He said because I told him there was a Mario Golf, and he said, "Oh, well, what about Mario Strikers?" I said, "What do you know about Mario Strikers?" So apparently he does.
I love that game. I really want them to bring that out on the Switch.
They might do that next year,
and do another, a new one. I'd love to have that. But, Well, I think as far as the final words, I mean, all of that stuff, all of the people that we've met, all the people that we're yet to meet, all the people who are in the chat tonight that we've never heard of. I mean, this whole thing is crazy that it started with Jeff looking at me and telling me, "Hey, let's do this." And I really want to get an interview with Tommy Tallarico. And I'm like, don't even know who that is, but I know the name. Why do I know the name? Because of Steven Tallarico. So I'm like, I got it. So for us to build and for Jeff to do some amazing stuff just based off of what we're doing together, it's like I talked to my students today and I said, who's the most important person in this room, you know, and they want to, then they looked at me and they said, you? I said, no. I said, and it's not, and I can't think I'm the most important person. The most important person is sitting next to you, because in order to make your life better, you make their life better, and they in turn make your life better. So it's not about who we are and what we think is the best. It's about what we think is the best for our neighbor. So in order for me to do this with Jeff, you know, it was a joy. It's just something that we were meant to do. We were supposed to just do it whenever it happens. I've always said, in my belief, I'm just where the Lord wants me to be when I'm supposed to be there. So I just keep showing up for where I'm supposed to be. So
That's awesome.
You know, in order to make something cool for you, you've made something cool for us when you were on our show. And, you know, we all have something to bring and to enhance each other. And because the other person is the most important person. So I think this has been a great experience. I know Jeff and I were very, very excited to be here tonight.
Oh yeah.
Just to be guests on somebody else's show, not to be part of a panel, but to be.
Yeah, and we don't. Yeah, we don't consider it's funny too, because you know we don't call ourselves a podcast. We call ourselves a show, and we don't have panelists. We have friends.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And we're hanging out.
Yeah.
Right.
And there might be a topic.
There might be
somewhere.
Sometime. I mean, even when we have industry guests on, you know, we tell them this is not an interview. And if you happen to have an adult beverage, all the better. Well, yeah. I remember when we had the guy who Greg Thomas, who created Toe Jam and Earl, on. Yeah. Dude was walking around Hawaii trying to show us dolphins. I mean, you know, he was trying to show us whales. It was whales. He was trying to show us whales jumping out of the water. So that's the kind of cool stuff that we do. Wow. And so I appreciate that. And you guys, of course, you know, open invite anytime you want. Say, hey, I want to go on NLG. Let me ask Mike if there's room. Yeah, there'll be room. So
we were talking to Papa Pete a few weeks ago, and we decided we're all going to try, and I know you're close to there, Mike. We're all going to try to go to too many games in 2020.
Yeah, we're good. Oh yeah, and I think they're going to have one this year, at the end of this year. They usually do it in September, I think. So if they do, that's going to be the most epic meetup.
One thing is for certain that we have to do is we have to get everybody's logos, and we're going to have a shirt made that we can walk through that place.
Oh, that'd be great. And we could do like a big, huge joint like show. Like we could do a live show while we're there.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all this time to plan it. I mean, it's not like we're going, oh crap, it's next week.
No.
We don't have,
yeah.
You know, so let's get it together and get that figured out.
I took my son up there, and this will be the last thing, I promise. I took my son there when it was the last one that was there was 2 years ago, because they canceled last year's. And the two things that stand out to me is, number one, we met the Epic Rap Battles of History guys, which are unbelievable. Dude, we came home, I'd never heard them before. They did a live concert that night in the place. I went home and binge watched every one of their episodes from then on. They are incredible. They are absolutely incredible, but really cool guys. And so I got to meet them, and watching my son play on an old Mac, play and beat Oregon Trail. Not just play it, but he got to a point to where he kept dying. And I'm like, hey, Jacob, I'm going to walk around and I'm going to look at some of the vendors. Do you want to come with me? He's like, no, I'll be right here. And I came back 45 minutes later, and he said, I swear to God, he did it like this. He said, hey, Dad. And I looked at the screen. You have gotten the Oregon Trail, or whatever the hell the ending is. he was so into that game on an old Mac. I mean, I was just, it was a beautiful thing for my then 14-year-old
Right.
son. So I'll bring him back and we'll do, Epic, Lloyd, and Ice Peter. They are unbelievable, those two. So anyway,
Man.
yeah. All right. I'm watching Pete's live stream. I feel so bad.
Third time.
So, Retro Bro, we are definitely going to meet while we're there. We can do a live AAA panel, and I will explain to the world why you're wrong about Sonic CD. So. All right. I'm getting us out of here because it's after 12:30. This is one of the longest shows we've had in a while. Guys, thank you so
Qeorge
much.
just left already. We have to walk home.
See, another one. Peter just comes up with these.
He does. So, but thank you guys so much, Jeff Stewart. This was an absolute pleasure.
That's great. I loved it.
Just an awesome night. It really
Thanks
was.
to everybody in the chat, especially.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they really make the shows. I mean, I'm like, I wouldn't have ever thought that in the first place. It'd be like, oh, Jeff and I got it covered, but just like, oh my God.
And it's like 1:30. It's like 1:30 a.m. for Papa Pete. So I mean, he's still up. You know, we have people that will come in like Nile later 93. He's in or 83. Sorry, he's in Ireland. So he's like 5 hours away. We have folks.
Fantastic.
We have folks from Europe that will hang out with us at least for part of the night. And so, you know, to have Pete on it, you know, for him it's almost 1:45. It means a lot. It really does. And
Plus,
Jeff Rule just
aren't worried about moving over here to be on your show.
Jeff Rule says he just subbed to you guys. Good.
Awesome.
Everybody,
Thank you,
please
Jeff.
sub to GoGameGo. I will put the link down in the description for those of you who are watching this later.
Yeah.
Great show, guys, and you too, Stewart, says Project Jeff. So, thank you guys in the chat. You guys have been awesome. Don't forget, tomorrow night is, oh my goodness, PM in the PM on OEB's channel. So, going to go through the Gamers United Guild stuff real quick. OEB Pete has PM in the PM with him and Mike Garvey. And then at 9 o'clock is Xbox Ultimate with Mav and Caitlin and Pong Soul and AssassinLupa and 3-Bit. And I'm probably missing someone else. Then they've got a great Xbox show. After that, if I'm still awake, Halo, it'll be Halo time, Halo Master Chief time. Saturday, Indie Gamer will be back with another indie game show at 3 o'clock. And then OEB Pete will be on for the second time of the weekend with Brother Rich for the Evercast. Which, by the way, when you head over, after you're done here, head over to OEB's Pete's show, stream. He is streaming Evercade right now. On Sunday, it is OEB Pete again. It is the Amico All Access at 4. And then TXR, the Xbox Roundtable, one of the best Xbox shows out there as well, at 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Monday's the Multiverse Show at 8 o'clock. Tuesday is Retro Renegades at 7 p.m. Wednesday is Midweek Gaming with Stubz. And Stubz, the Stubz cast on Sunday. Good grief. There's getting to be too many shows, Peter. Wednesday is Midweek Gaming, and then Thursday at 6:30 is Four Guys with Quarters, leading up to us again at 9.
What time is the show Wednesday?
Midweek Gaming, Stubz goes on at I think 5. He's from England too. So all those links are down below to all their channels. Please sub to them as well. Don't forget once again about our friends of NLG. Thank you so much for Papa Pete for signing up today. It's $1.99 a month. You get access to cool emojis. You can go and check out the latest Thigger Spotlight for 2 days before I make it public. That's all yours for members. And as well, your name will be down below in the description, as well as in our outro video, which I'm getting ready to play. So,
Wait.
but wait, there's more. No, there isn't. There really isn't. So.
Yeah, there's more. So when is GoGameGo?
Oh yes,
Go
jeez.
go
Oh my
on.
God.
We're 7:00 Central Time on Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays. And this coming week, we're going to have Dan from Rebel Gaming Club as an interview.
Very nice.
He is quite a character. The guy's awesome. He's funny. He's a good musician. He'll be a lot of fun. And then the following day, Stewart's interviewing Tommy Tallarico.
Yes.
All at 7 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
Oh, Papa Pete's telling us it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time
Go
to go game.
God, where is it? Why does it take so long?
You ran out of toilet paper.
Oh my God. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Play on,
Bye.
gamers.
Game on, guys.
Hold on. Let me play the right. Oh, shit. Let me hit the right button. There we go.